Carney will arrive late this morning to meet with President Trump.
He's coming to see me. I'm not sure what he wants to see me about, but I guess he wants to make a deal. Everybody does.
The president's trying to make trade deals with numerous countries after pausing some tariffs.
After his recent election victory, Carney said he was prepared to have difficult but constructive conversations in Washington. The meeting comes as Democrat governors from 6 U.S. states invited Canadian provincial leaders to Boston to discuss the impact of Trump's tariffs while criticizing the pressure the administration has placed on their relationship.
That's Fox's Brooke Singman. Israel's military is hitting the Houthis with airstrikes targeting the Iran-backed militants in Yemen the day after Houthis launched a missile doing damage inside Israel near Tel Aviv's busy airport, as Israel also plans to expand the war against Hamas, wanting to take control of the entire Gaza Strip, occupying the Palestinian territory. Ukraine's gone on the attack again, deep into Russia, launching drones into the capital, Moscow. There was no damage reported or casualties, but
all 4 of the city's main airports closed for several hours as a precaution, but have now reopened. No comment on this from Ukraine, but several Ukrainian regions report coming under attack themselves by drones fired from Russia. In Odessa, 1 person was killed.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Speaking of airports, it's been frustrating to fly out of Newark, New Jersey recently. There have been delays and cancellations for days.
Newark Liberty, the airport, will continue to grapple with very significant operational disruptions if the critical shortages of air traffic controllers continues without a solution.
Democratic Senate Leader Chuck Schumer. That shortage got worse at Newark last week. Some controllers took medical leave after a stressful technical problem when radar screens went blank and communications with planes was briefly cut. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Crime scene tape and evidence markers across the city. You have a cloudy sky, but a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 50 degrees. Your high today, 72. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. 3 separate shootings happened across Indianapolis overnight. The first near North Mithofer Road and East 21st. That's on the city's far east side. About 90 minutes later, another shooting happened near West 69th and Michigan Road on the north side. Then a third shooting followed a couple of hours after that near 21st and Tibbs on the northwest side. In all 3 cases, men were injured but not killed. Police have not shared any arrest information. Police shot and killed a man outside the Hendricks County Courthouse Monday afternoon. State police say that man had a gun and confronted 2 deputies as they were escorting inmates inside the court.
There's only one person who was shot, and that is the suspect who we believe was armed at the time of the shooting.
And police say one of the deputies killed the man, and both deputies got the rest of the inmates to safety. 65-year-old Mark Vodder of Plainfield has been identified as the man killed by police. 25 years ago, Beech Grove police officer William Toney lost his life. He was shot in the neck during a chase by Benjamin Ritchie, who faces execution on May 20th. Chris Davis reports on his attempt to save his life.
I ruined my life and other people's lives, and I'm so sorry for that night.
Those are Ritchie's words during a Monday hearing before the state parole board in which he made his case, saying he's changed since the killing.
I try to do positive things now. I was so bent on destroying other people's lives. All thing I can do is try to give back.
The parole board doesn't make the final decision. They make recommendations to Governor Mike Braun, who decides whether Ritchie is executed. Indiana executed a person last year, the first time in 15 years that's happened. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And a Cash 5 ticket sold in Indy won a jackpot of $120,000 in Friday's drawing. Here's John Herrick.
The Hoosier Lottery said Monday that the winning ticket was purchased at a Speedway gas station on Southeastern Avenue, and it matched all 5 numbers. Those winning numbers were 8, 14, 17, 26, and 34. Cash 5 is a $1 daily game. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together in 1 minute. It's 6:04.
Pat Sullivan here with exciting news from my friends at Hope Plumbing, now known as Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Hope now offers plumbing, heating, and air conditioning services, bringing total comfort to your home. No more dealing with multiple home service memberships. For only $8 a month, Hope is now your one stop for safety and maintenance inspections and so much more. Make sure you're prepared for those Indiana summer heat waves with an AC tune-up by calling Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today at 641-HOPE.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
All right, looking at northbound 465 on the east side, looking good from Penn Pike up to Allisonville Road through the Clear Path construction project. By the way, you can start getting tickets in that construction zone now, so keep your speed at a minimum. The limit's 55 miles per hour if you're caught going 11 miles per hour. The first time you'll get a warning. The second time you'll get fined of $75 and then goes up from there. Inbound 69 wide open from State Road 37 down to 465. We're up to speed. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What are you doing?
Hey, it's actually Tara.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me do that again. Let me check the time. See if somehow I've had either a stroke or one too many things in my morning beverage. Tara Hastings.
That's me.
Wish TV meteorologist. What are you doing?
Hey, good morning. I'm hanging in there. We've got some patchy fog and even some light rain across parts of the state this morning. But I do have better weather later this afternoon. We're going to look for partly cloudy skies. It's going to be a bit warmer with highs near 70. Mainly clear skies tonight. Lows will fall to 52. And warmer on your Wednesday. We'll look for a partly to mostly cloudy sky with highs near 76. Clouds return Thursday. Maybe a chance for a few showers early in the day with highs near 70.
So is there a reason we have you so early?
Yes. Marcus and I did a flip-flop. So he is here, but he's going to be taking the later hours for today and tomorrow.
Okay. I want to say for the record, I was not consulted.
You were not. We did not consult you, no.
Yeah. I didn't need you to tell me that. I was telling you that. I was saying.
Oh, okay.
I was not consulted.
That is correct.
Yeah. This it's not going to work out so well.
We're keeping you on your toes.
Good, because that doesn't happen enough. Thank
That's
goodness
right.
you're here to keep me on the straight and narrow.
Yes.
Tara Hastings. Thought she was a friend. Wish TV meteorologist. Nope. Just here to keep me on my toes or something.
That's correct.
All right, go. Live your life. I'm going to do some radio.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Later. It is, I have no idea how many degrees. I just don't have an answer for that question. But if I was going to guess, I'd say 48, and I'd be right. 48 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:08.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by B&W HVAC, Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard air dealer.
Self-deport, get $1,000. Okay. If the argument is it costs $17,000 to deport somebody, but if you utilize this self-deport system and give everybody $1,000 who self-deports, it'll cost $4,500. That's cost effective. That's cost effective. I think I would argue, you know what? Allow for the full $17,000 if you self-deport in the first 60 days. See how many people leave. Here you go. If we're already going to pay that money to deport somebody, here you go. That would have been my math. See who gets in under the deadline. But people who are angry about this are very odd people in my view. You're not supposed to be in the country. You have an opportunity to leave. and we will give you a cash stipend for doing the right thing, even after you did the wrong thing. On its face, it's like, why would we pay people to be deported? We should just throw them out. And you take a look at the economics, it's like, well, it's cheaper. It's cheaper to do. So there it is. You use the CBP Home app. Remember, this was the CBP One app where the Biden administration said, use this app and you can stay in the country. I mean, basically, that's how it worked out. And they reconfigured the app to say, hey, bye, Felicia. It should be known as the CBP Bye Felicia app. That's what it should be known as. And now they're saying $1,000 if you self-deport. There's this weird argument that was made, I will share with you in the popcorn moment, about all immigrants are the same. It's the most peculiar and strange and embarrassing argument, because it's really predicated on the idea that you and I can be so emotionally manipulated. And that's just not the case. We can't be. We don't want to be. We're tired of being. So let's not. No, not all immigrants are the same. If only because we're discussing illegal in all of these cases and not legal. Thus, not the same. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Alex Brown. Hundreds of layoffs are planned in northern Indiana. More at 6:32 on Inside Indiana Business. Brought to you by the proud members of the Indiana Laborers District Council and affiliate local unions who build Indiana. We are LIUNA.
May in Indy is incredible. We have this huge race that's so unpredictable. It's fun. The stock market is also unpredictable. That's not fun at all. That's why Trajan Wealth is here. Trajan Wealth is here with tailor-made wealth management plans designed to protect, maintain, and expand your financial portfolio. Matt Bear here. What's up? Trajan Wealth is always dialed into the changing interest rates, new laws, election cycles, and the temperamental stock markets. Call today and learn about strategies of long-term wealth management. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Your first appointment is free. The fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth get to know you, the person, then help you optimize your investments through a portfolio that reflects your dreams and timeline. Call today and learn more about these strategies. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first appointment is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct, and May is officially the kickoff to home improvement season. And right now, during their home improvement season sale, you'll get an incredible 50% off your windows. Yes, half off. You heard right. You can upgrade your home with beautiful, energy-efficient windows for half the cost. But it gets even better. For a limited time, you'll get no interest and no payments for 12 months. That's a whole year to enjoy your new windows before you pay a single cent. And here's the cherry on top. You'll receive a free entry door with your window purchase. Now, some restrictions may apply, so to get all the information and schedule your free in-home estimate, call Universal Windows Direct today at 317-659-7574, 317-659-7574. Universal Windows Direct's home improvement season sale. Half off your windows, no interest, no payments for 12 months. 317-659-7574. Tell them Rob sent you.
What is 988? It's a way forward. It's a listening ear. It's whatever help you need, when you need it. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline offers trained crisis specialists, ready to talk to you 24/7. If you or someone you love is experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis in their life, call or text 988. Want more information? Visit 988indiana.org.
Mecum Auctions returns to the Indiana State Fairgrounds May 9th through 17th for Dana Mecum's 38th Original Spring Classic. Join us for the fun, fast-paced, high-energy Mecum experience. For avid collectors, first-time buyers, and enthusiasts of all ages, there's something for everyone. And with more than 3,000 vehicles up for auction, it's a chance to bring home your dream car. Register to bid and buy tickets now at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
I will be at the Mecum auction. We will be live on May 13th. It's going to be very, very cool for the midday show, not for mornings. For Tony Katz today. I never get to take that thing out on the road. It's going to be fancy. There's going to be snacks. Tasty beverages, cool lemonade or something like that. It's going to be terrific. Matt Bear won't be there, but it's still going to be a lot of fun.
Will there be fair
traffic.
food?
What?
I was hoping there would be fair food because that's going to be.
I'm sure there will be some kind. I don't know if it's fair food, but I can probably get you like a hot pretzel.
That's good enough for me. Looking at the south side, westbound 465 is wide open through the clear path construction zone from I-65 over to I-70. Now, the interstate is done. That's all for the I-69 interstate that they finished up a few months ago. That's good, but there's still a construction zone there on 465 and I-69 on the south side, so please be careful. They're going to be doing planting and striping and stripping and the whole thing. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This may be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you're at the BMV. I'm Matt Bear with traffic. Traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Yeah, I heard stripping, but I was a little late.
You know,
it was like the most delayed reaction ever.
When I first started in radio, when it was striping, crews were doing striping, I always said stripping because I didn't read very well.
Is that true?
Yeah, it was. You get these little like PSA cards that you'd have to read, and I'd go through and like, crews are going to be stripping today on US 31 in Warsaw, Indiana. And then the people would call in and be like, you're an idiot. And I'm like, I know.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, sir.
Well, that was the plan for a while there.
That's funny because it was. Yeah. Matt Bear's a national treasure.
I'm going to write you a PSA card.
Governor Braun, can we just get him a Sagamore of the Wabash? Can we just make that happen
I've got two. I don't need another.
Highest honors, Matt Bear. Get this completed.
I got one from Governor Holcomb, got another from Governor Daniels.
And no part of that is true.
No, it's not.
That's what I thought.
Man can dream.
Let's name awards that no one at WIBC is ever going to win.
I know, right? Carl can win one. Carl hasn't been here long enough.
No. Carl's already made his mark. The answer is no.
Okay. That's right, Carl.
No. 48 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:18.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Are you a chronic interrupter? Incapable of letting other people talk? Do those people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have a 120-night sleep trial, so you can get your money back if a bed's not right. That way, anyone, even someone like you, can sleep. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
The reduction of 4-star generals. Excellent. Now, understand that I am not saying that we should be reducing the fighting force. Not by any stretch of the imagination. This is about how many people do you have strutting around the Pentagon doing a peacock impression. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. We need less of that. Promotion for its sake is of no value. Political opportunism is of no value when what we're trying to create is a fighting force that is ruthless, that is capable, and that is skilled. Hegseth ordered a 20% reduction. He is the Secretary of Defense. Ordering a 20% reduction in the number of four-star officers. Good. Because none of it's necessary. I don't argue that you don't need generals. You need generals. You just don't need that many. This is about the bloat. This is about the pork. This is about getting fat. This is about being unserious. Lots of four-star generals means lots of saluting, but doesn't necessarily mean you've got a fighting force that has a code and an ethos that has any value. Putting out a video on X saying, did Secretary Hegseth, more generals and admirals does not lead to more success. This is not a slash and burn exercise meant to punish high-ranking officers. Nothing could be further from the truth. It's about asking yourself where the focus is, where the leadership comes from. Are you lean or are you bloated? I like it. I like it a lot. I like that Senator Grassley, the Republican from Iowa, saying that unconstitutional judicial overreach might be winding down. And I'm only hoping that we see legislation that might move us in the right direction. All of these activist judges that we have seen everywhere, and they are activist judges, they're not good, decent people. The president isn't allowed to remove security clearance for a law firm because some judge says you can't do that. It is an insane thought. Of course the president can do that. Well, it's targeting. You were the law firm he took the clearance away from. The end. Cry to somebody else. You're not owed a security clearance. So is it May 15th? Supreme Court will hear a case regarding nationwide injunctions. This idea that some district court judge can decide what it is the president can and can't do. It's activism, and they need to be thwarted on every level. He is moving ahead on the Judicial Relief Clarification Act, which would put an end to universal injunctions. Good. Exactly what should happen. What should have happened is the Supreme Court and John Roberts saying, are you all nuts? But then again, the Supreme Court has its own issues. It was Sonia Sotomayor. I don't remember the case. This was just like a week ago. I got to go find the story again and give it to you in full. Where Ketanji Brown Jackson, the other Supreme Court justice, was asking so many questions that at one moment Sonia Sotomayor turned to her and said, just let the man answer, meaning the solicitor or one of the lawyers in front of them. Stop interrupting. The amount of talking that Ketanji Brown Jackson does in comparison to all the other justices, it's like a magnitude of 5 to 1. 5 words used by Ketanji Brown Jackson for every one somebody else is using, like a Clarence Thomas. Difference between men and women? Sure. Whatever you say. Oh. This is all John Roberts' fault. He has created this horrifically political court. It is unnecessary to be this silly. Stinks. Somehow they still come up with some acceptable decisions, but just the madness, none of it was necessary. Which brings us to Real ID, which seems to have everybody in America completely losing their mind. Remain calm. All is well. So, Real ID is you got to have that star in the top right corner. right? Yeah, you got to make sure it's got the right look. Yet somehow, in gearing up for this, you have to change how you do check-in and on your carry-on bags. Is this what I'm reading? You're no longer allowed to have a portable charger or a power bank in your luggage? Are we really making rules changes because of Real ID, which will ensure that you're you? By the way, this goes back to 2005. This isn't something new. This based on recommendations from the 9/11 Commission. So check with your local BMV and make sure that you're set up. Make sure you know what you can bring on an airplane. And let's see Congress do away with the TSA. Let's privatize this thing. We'd be a lot safer. Good Lord. All right. That was a lot for one moment there. I'll break it down in its component pieces coming up in a little bit. Right now, Matt Bear has traffic.
Northbound 65 south side, slow. Raymond Street into the south split because of maintenance, and that's blocking the left lane. If you're going to the airport this morning, have a nice trip. Westbound 70 looks fantastic. Moving from downtown out to the Plainfield area where you'll find Indianapolis International Airport. Westbound 70 wide open from West Street. The south split, Meridian, Illinois, out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway. Everything moving up to speed. If that changes, I'll let you know. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
Ryan Hedrick will be with us to propose a 12-step plan to help politicians recover from screwing us.
Join us Tuesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Hey, will you be filing for Social Security in the next 5 years? The amount of lifetime income you get from Social Security could vary by hundreds of thousands of dollars. And basically, it all boils down to not only your timing, but also coordinating taxes, spousal benefits, IRAs, 401k withdrawals, and much more. Hammer and Nigel here. You got to make sure you get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery.
We trust Bill Demery, and you can too. And if you've saved more than $200,000 and have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. This analysis could help you get hundreds of thousands of dollars in additional lifetime income, and it's free. Schedule it right now, 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Promises made, promises kept. Governor Mike Braun's bold leadership is already getting things done for Hoosiers. Governor Braun and State House Republicans are delivering massive property tax cuts. We're talking nearly $1.5 billion in relief. That's real money back in homeowners' pockets. But Braun didn't stop there. He cut local income tax capacity by nearly $2 billion and capped the local income tax rate to protect Hoosiers. And Braun led the fight to reform local government taxes, giving Hoosiers more say by requiring referendums be held in high-turnout elections. Thanks to Governor Braun and State House Republicans, your property taxes will be lower, future increases are reined in, and the system is now more transparent. Visit HoosierHope.org and let Governor Braun and Republican legislators know you support historic property tax cuts. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
As our loved ones age, ensuring their safety at home becomes a top priority. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joyce House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. I'll be right back with some practical things you can do to reduce the possibility of a fall or injury.
Cardon and Associates offers the finest senior living options tailored to your loved one's needs. Reservations are now being accepted for new apartments at Copper Trace in Westfield. Visit cardon.com.
Removing tripping hazards such as rugs and floor clutter is one way to prevent or minimize falls around the home. Another is to position grab bars in the restroom and other common areas where your loved one may need some extra support. Contact your local area agency on aging to inquire about low-cost or free installation services. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joyce House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A new method to remove illegal aliens from the United States. You have a cloudy sky but a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 52 degrees. Your high today, 73. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:31.
It saves us thousands and thousands of dollars, and it also is a much safer situation for officers and for those in communities.
That's Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem on Fox News talking about an option that the government has made available to illegal immigrants that allows them to self-deport.
And it gives that illegal an opportunity to come back to the United States of America.
And Secretary Noem says it saves you about 70% of the cost to deport migrants. For the first time in about 5 years, the government is collecting from the roughly 5 million people who have defaulted on student loan payments.
That includes withholding money from tax refunds and other federal payments. And later this summer, the Education Department will send notices that it'll take a portion of borrowers' paychecks.
When they're in default, they can't buy a house, they can't buy a car because their credit scores are down. So it's helpful to them as well as to get this money back into the country.
In March of 2020, in the throes of the coronavirus pandemic, President Trump initiated a pause on all student loan payments.
And that's Fox Business Network's Grady Trimble in Washington. You're paying an average of $3.19 for gas today, up 14 cents from last week, says Gas Buddy. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio, brought to you by Indiana Wesleyan University's AI-powered MBA. Learn more at discovertheway.com. I'm Alex Brown. 3 subsidiaries of Elkhart-based recreational vehicle manufacturer Thor Industries are planning to lay off approximately 450 people at various locations in Elkhart and LaGrange counties. According to multiple filings with the state, the layoffs will impact workers at facilities in Howe, Elkhart, and Middlebury on June 20th. The worker adjustment and retraining notification notices, dated April 21st, were filed by Heartland Recreational Vehicles, Cruiser RV, and DRV. Heartland RV said 147 workers will be laid off from 6 facilities in Elkhart and 1 in Middlebury. Cruiser RV and DRV are set to lay off 251 workers and 51 workers, respectively, from their facilities in Howe. The companies did not provide a reason for the layoffs. Ball State University will celebrate a milestone in the construction of a key portion of its multi-million-dollar village revitalization project this afternoon. University officials will host a beam signing ceremony for the new $21.3 million Center for Innovation and Collaboration. Set to open in the fall of 2026, the 31,000-square-foot building is being designed for faculty, staff, and students to work with community and corporate partners to solve real-world problems and to explore new collaborative opportunities. From the #1 source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Get ready for full throttle coverage as we shift into high gear for Business at the Brickyard, presented by Liuna with support from the City of Westfield and Daniel's Family Vineyard and Winery. We're giving you the inside track on the powerful connection between motorsports and the Indiana economy. Join us at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for exclusive interviews, behind-the-scenes access, and the stories that drive the business of motorsports. So buckle up and join us for Emmy Award-winning Business at the Brickyard coverage all month long.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America are men and women building roads and bridges to get Hoosiers where they're going today and a new energy infrastructure that will keep Indiana competitive tomorrow. LIUNA's over 12,000 statewide members also grow local economies, earning good union wages, shopping where they live and work, and paying taxes. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Evansville-based sporting goods and recreational equipment manufacturer Escalade is reporting first quarter net income of $2.6 million, up from $1.8 million during the same period last year. CEO Armin Bohm said the company began to see the early effects of new tariffs on shipments of imported goods late in the first quarter and is evaluating all available options to mitigate the effect of the additional tariffs and potential supply chain disruptions. I'm Alex Brown for 93 WIBC.
Southside northbound 65 stop and go traffic. Raven Street up to the south split because of road maintenance blocking the left lane. And looking to westbound 70. That's Hancock County. Good morning. Greenfield looking fantastic as you come in from State Road 9 into 465 on the east side. As a matter of fact, that's 13 minutes. No delays right now as you make your way through the construction at the top and into Indianapolis on the east side. 4 minutes from 465 to the north split. Looking good. Traffic sponsored by True Green. Summer is better with True Green. Get a lawn you'll love for less than you think. Don't wait. Sign up at TrueGreen.com and get 75% off your first treatment. Restrictions apply. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
49 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:36. We check on sports. That's Ryan Hedrick. What's up?
Tony, the Indiana Pacers look to go up 2 games on the Cavs tonight. In Cleveland, head coach Rick Carlisle says they are focused on controlling the tempo and getting the shots they want.
Once we get those opportunities, we step into them and we trust it. At the end of the game, the work that we've put in for the entire year and years leading up to this determines whether the ball goes in or not.
Yeah, they won Sunday's game 121-112. Tonight's game tips off at 7. Coverage over on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan begins at 6:30. Last night in the NBA playoffs, 2 road teams came out on top. The Denver Nuggets edged the Oklahoma City Thunder 121-119, and the Knicks beat the Boston Celtics in OT 108-105. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com.
This May, you can be a hero at the finish line. Say yes to organ donation and talk to your family about your decision. A message from Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives.
Join our B&W Premier Club for additional benefits and exclusive discounts.
B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, B+W.com, your American Standard Air dealer.
The 2027 NFL Draft. That's a big thing. Will be held right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., on the National Mall, and you get a little glimpse of it. I was just saying to Roger, I don't think there's ever been anything like that. That's a good idea. In fact, maybe we could use it for other things also. I have an idea. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be something that nobody else will ever be able to duplicate that, I don't suspect. It's very exciting. Every year, hundreds of young football players have their dreams come true as the NFL teams across the land, and you just saw that last week. Select the best young players in America to join their ranks.
They're expecting 1 million people plus over 3 days. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Now, all these things should happen in Indianapolis, and why anybody would go anywhere else is completely beyond me. But the National Mall holding the draft is going to look very, very cool. And they're there in the Oval Office making the introduction. There's the president, there's Roger Goodell, and there's Muriel Bowser, the mayor of D.C., as uncomfortable as the day is long because it's Trump and a microphone. And he's talking about all sorts of things, like his fake Pope image.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. President. See, Catholics were not so happy about the image of you looking like the Pope.
Oh, I see. You mean they can't take a joke? You don't mean the Catholics. You mean the fake news media. Not the Catholics loved it. I had nothing to do with it. Somebody made up a picture of me dressed like the Pope, and they put it out on the Internet. That's not me that did it. I have no idea where it came from. Maybe it was AI, but I know nothing about it. I just saw it last evening. Actually, my wife thought it was cute.
I'm sorry. I need to isolate that laugh. Are you kidding?
Actually, my wife thought it was cute. She said.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, no, it was dopey. It was dopey. Don't dress yourself up as the Pope. But I'm not going to listen to the left be angry about it. They denigrate Christians every day, all the time. But this is beyond the pale, please. Cut it out. Speaking of things to be stopped, if the WNBA could pretty please stop shooting themselves in the foot, I'd be overjoyed. I don't know Paige Buchers. I don't know anything about her. What I know is, now that she's in the WNBA, she wants to discuss how black women are not receiving enough coverage from the media. Okay, Paige Buchers is white. If you want to keep doing this, you keep doing it. If you don't feel it's going to have an effect on the amount of people who show up to a game, then I guess nothing matters. But what are you doing? What are you doing? If the game is building in popularity, it builds for everybody. You want to have a conversation of why it didn't build for Lisa Leslie or name the other person? Feel free. You want to call your whole audience, your new audience, a bunch of bigots? Feel free. I don't know how that's good for you. I don't know why that you think you win anything. I don't know who you think you're now gaining to your cause or your side. The people who want to hate you based on color of skin will continue to do so. The people who want to move all sorts of racial identity politics will do so at your expense. You'll never win the fight. So why would the WNBA want anybody to actually engage it? Just go play the game and play it well. You have people showing up. Really for the first time ever. And I would argue that the Fever have always been the outlier. Because I would argue that the Pacers organization in Indiana and Indianapolis have been a little more into the team. Because we had Tamika Catchings. Because we've had a level of success here. Because this is basketball. This is Indiana. We see it differently. Stop doing this to yourself. Can't imagine this is good for the league. Can't imagine the win here. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Another update is just minutes away.
President Trump wants to reopen Alcatraz, house America's most ruthless and violent offender.
Hear the news.
Indiana Pacers beat the Cleveland Cavs.
We came out, played with a lot of confidence, and led to good things for us. So we're making shots like that. We're tough to beat.
Cavs lose home court advantage in the series.
As events happen,
Mike Pence receiving Profile and Courage Award.
We'll happen to be there.
By God's grace, I did my duty that day.
93 WIBC Mobile News.
When you golf in Missouri, the courses are so close, you'll spend more time on the fairway than the freeway. After the back nine, enjoy world-class dining and distilleries, shops, spas, museums, and more. Find your new golf MO at visitmo.com.
Mother's Day shopping is easy at Cynthia's Hallmark. It's Terry Stacy. Not only Mother's Day, but graduation gifts too. First, take advantage of Cynthia's tote sale featuring huge 17 by 16 quilted totes in beautiful spring colors, just $9.98 and 20% off everything you can fit inside. Some exclusions apply. Ronaldo jewelry in Greenfield is the perfect gift for graduation and Mother's Day. Every piece of Ronaldo jewelry is thoughtfully designed to tell a story. A beautiful personal gift for sure. Lemon Lab Lavender is one of Cynthia's best-selling product lines, full of the perfect spa day products to pamper mom, from silky satin pillowcases to Sheet Dreams face masks. And Cynthia's carries super silky, soft lounge shirts and pants in trendy colors and patterns. Add a pair of microwavable slippers or Warm Pal plush for the perfect gift. Lots of gift ideas for gardeners, too. Shop locally owned Cynthia's Hallmark for Mother's Day, 116th and Allisonville Road, 116th and Brooks School Road, 96th and Lantern Road, and in Greenfield.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what are you doing?
Big hit in Johnson County. This is northbound 65 after State Road 44 King Street, and 2 right lanes are blocked. They're still kind of shuffling the emergency vehicles around, but it looks like they've settled here for a second. On 2 right lanes blocked with traffic stopped for about a mile. Back to State Road 44 King. US 31 through Franklin is another option if you want to avoid this delay right now. Also, looking at northbound 65 on the south side, this is stop-and-go traffic after South Keystone Avenue up to the south split because of road maintenance blocking the left lane. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This May, you can be a hero at the finish line. Say yes to organ donation and talk to your family about your decision. A message from Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
49 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:46.
Pat Sullivan here for Gutter Helmet. Are you still putting screens on your gutters? If the holes are too big, debris gets in, and you're still cleaning your gutters. If the holes are too small, it sits on top, and now you're cleaning the screens. I have Gutter Helmet on my home, and it has no holes, slots, or screens. It keeps the debris out and the water in. Since 1981, Gutter Helmet has been America's #1 choice for gutter protection. Right now, Gutter Helmet is offering a 19% discount, plus, get this, 12 months no interest financing if paid in full within 12 months. Give them a call at 800-5HELMET. That's 800-5HELMET to schedule a free estimate. 19% off restrictions apply and cannot be combined with other offers. Call Gutter Helmet today at 800-5HELMET or go to gutterhelmetindy.com and never clean your gutters again.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
Politics, punchlines, and pure WIBC. The Mashup Podcast pulls the day's best moments from Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, and drops them in one place. New episodes each weekday. Search WIBC Mashup wherever you get your podcasts.
Don't get suckered into the same old free phone game by Big Wireless. There is a better way. Pure Talk, my sponsor, my wireless company, has a better offer. A brand new free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan for $35 a month. You get unlimited talk, unlimited text, 15 gigs of data, all on America's most dependable 5G network. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk for your free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan. Pure Talk, wireless by Americans for Americans.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
Carmel, the city council voted to launch an investigation into the Carmel Chris Kindle market. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Hope you're doing all right. Me, the soft cast is off the arm, and the rehab began yesterday, and not pleased. I think that's the best way to put it. It will heal. It'll be a few months. When you see me next week, when you see me Friday at PA Jewelers, their grand opening, May 9th, everything is 10% off there on Green Street in Brownsburg. PAJewelers.jewelry is where you find them. I will be there Friday from 4 to 7. It'll be the Sling. When you see me at the Meekum auction, May 13th, it'll be the Sling. When you see me at the Indy 500, I'll be in the Sling. That's just going to be the way it is for a while. But surgery seems to have gone well, and now it's just the months of rehab to get the hands and the arm back to fighting strength. In Carmel, there has been this. They have this Christmas market, and it's beautifully done. The authentically German Chris Kindle market. When it first happened under then Mayor Brainerd, I said, terrific. Why does it cost this much? It was the only question that I asked. Can't you just slowly build the thing? Oh, no, we have to do this and we have to do that. Well, we could disagree about how much money you put into it. What we can't disagree about is that it seems that what has taken place here is that this entity was put together, and like entities do, they believe that they're unanswerable. They don't have to answer to city council or to members of the community, etc. They really do feel that they have this incredible opportunity for autonomy. So much so that a place that has a very, very good number of people who walk through each and every day during those winter months, they were losing cash. Am I to understand this right? That there was like a $500,000, near $500,000 shortfall? But what really I think is the conversation here is, how were they running this organization? And were they running this organization as if they did not have to answer to the residents, to the Carmel City Council? I bring this up as a Carmel story, agreed, but this is true of anywhere. Does the city council, do organizations that are set up or ideas that are set up, do they actually answer to the people, yes or no? This is kind of like this conversation regarding the IEDC, the Indiana Economic Development Corporation, and the IEDF, the Indiana Economic Development Foundation. Do they answer to the Hoosiers, or do they answer to themselves? You take money, you pick winners and losers, you don't pay the money back to the state like you're supposed to. Rather, you want to create a fund, and now you want to take the money that you're supposed to give back to the people and put it in this fund, and you charge a management fee on both sides. Someone's going to tell me I don't understand the story? I got 5 microphones and no waiting. I got nothing but phone lines. What is improper about what I just said? That seems to be the conversation here. Now we're getting guardrails on the IEDC from Governor Braun. If his office would like to weigh in on this, I'm listening. Does the IEDC provide a value, or is it this organization that had an intention and now believes that they are ungovernable? They are unanswerable. They don't have to answer to anyone. Were they filing all of their, were they filing everything they need to about whether expenditures or transparency, et cetera, or were they keeping that to themselves? So this Carmel story, this IEDC story, they have parallels. And the parallel is this idea of what happens when local government, state government, engages in ideas that are so filled with odd and strange machinations, it's impossible to follow. How do you create these bureaucracies within the bureaucracy, and then how do you root out the issue? That is an issue for all of us. It's not a Carmel issue, this story. This is about what's happening in your town. And me, I want to know more about what's happening in Carmel because there are lawsuits flying left and right. Matt Bear has got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Looking at northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic from South Keystone Avenue up to the South Split because of road maintenance in the left lane, especially as you go through the South Split and make that exit from northbound 65 to westbound 70. That's going to slow you down as well. In Franklin, Johnson County crashed northbound 65 after State Road 44. Two right lanes are blocked with traffic stopped back to State Road 44. Consider using US 31 instead. Northbound 65, slow on the northwest side now from West 56th Street up to the I-465 interchange. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This may be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you're at the BMV. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hi, I'm Charlie Comer from Comer & Cross Premium Concrete Floor Coatings. You already know if your garage concrete has stains and cracks or you've got a bad epoxy job, it makes your whole garage look bad. Guaranteed, a Comer & Cross garage floor will transform your garage in just one day. But did you know we transform concrete patios and concrete pool decks beautifully? Our patios and pool decks are guaranteed and turn out way better than new at a fraction of the cost of replacing them. And we make it so easy. We move your stuff out for you. We'll fix your cracks and pits perfectly and apply your gleaming new Comer & Cross proprietary guaranteed finish. If you call us within the next 10 minutes for your quick and easy estimate, you'll get a free Samsung 70-inch flat screen TV or $500 credit. Free with every garage floor, pool deck, or patio we transform. Call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR or go to COMERcross.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
The grand opening of PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse is taking place Friday, May 9th from 4 to 7 p.m., and you should be there. Free food, beverages, new inventory, incredible specials, and meet the reps from Citizen Watch and Flederman Von Riest, where I'm their brand ambassador. Watches assembled right here in Indiana. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse, Friday, May 9th, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg, 4 to 7 p.m. Find out more information at pajewelers.jewelry. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg.
Guys, don't waste time and money with low-quality online TRT that charges you over $100 just to start. Visit the TRT experts at the Low T Center for a free consultation and a free test. Treatment is personalized to your body, and most major insurances accept it. Looking to lose weight? Get a free B12 shot when you start prescription treatment right now at the Low T Center. Offer is limited, but book right now. FixMyLowT.com. That's FixMyLowT.com.
May 13th to 15th, Indy welcomes the Sweets and Snacks Expo, North America's largest candy and snacks event. 1,000 leading candy and snack companies will debut their latest and best-selling products alongside world-class education and standout events like Happy Hour at Gainbridge Fieldhouse and a live Indy 500 practice session. Retailers and distributors, register now and get 25% off at sweetsandsnacks.com/Indy. This is an industry event. If you're a fan of candy and snacks, you'll have to wait for the latest sweets and snacks to hit shelves.
Big Joe here for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical.
With a B&W Premier Club membership, you'll stay ahead of breakdowns and costly repairs. Our members get routine maintenance, priority scheduling, and exclusive discounts, saving you money and keeping your family comfortable all season long. Visit bplusw.com or call 317-214-0108 for more information.
B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard dealer since 1961.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, why a coroner was called out to a courthouse in Danville on Monday, what IMPD's crime scene team was doing late last night and into this morning, and what Eli Lilly has in store for Lebanon. Those stories and more after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. On a Tuesday morning, it's 7 o'clock.
The head of Homeland Security will head to the Capitol. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, defending President Trump's new plan to pay illegal immigrants to leave.
So we're going to have a self-deportation where they deport themselves out of our country.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is expected to face scrutiny from Democrats today when she appears before a House Appropriations Subcommittee. Expect Noem to defend the president's immigration policies. They have a new initiative paying for the commercial flights of migrants who are in the country illegally if they choose to self-deport. The administration will also pay them a $1,000 stipend once they're confirmed to have left the United States.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. While Noem testifies, President Trump will host Canada's new Prime Minister, Mark Carney, at the White House for trade talks.
So the relationship between the two nations has been strained due to tariffs and, of course, Trump's proposal to make Canada the 51st state.
Something the Prime Minister says will never happen.
After his recent election victory, Carney said he was prepared to have difficult but constructive conversations in Washington.
That's Fox's Brooke Singman. More than 100 flights to and from Newark, New Jersey, delayed or canceled yet again this morning, continuing a trend at that airport with air traffic control shortages when some took leave after a stressful technical issue last week affected Newark.
The primary communication line went down. The backup line didn't fire. And so for 30 seconds, we lost contact.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy also tells Fox.
We have really old infrastructure in America. It hasn't been updated in the last 30, 40 years. This should have been dealt with in the last administration.
Now, Duffy says they have new incentives to hire more air traffic controllers. 4 airports in Moscow were shut down for a while after Ukraine fired drones deep into Russia, which says it intercepted more than 100 drones. Russia also attacked Ukraine with drones ahead of a 72-hour Russian ceasefire starting Thursday to commemorate the end of World War II in Europe 80 years ago. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Shots fired, crime scene tape, and the coroner. Nothing on radar in downtown Indianapolis. You have a cloudy sky, though. 50 degrees, your high today, 73. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. Gunfire at the Hendricks County Courthouse Monday. John Herrick reports on what happened.
2 Hendricks County deputies were transporting a group of inmates to the courthouse for court proceedings around 1 o'clock. State Police Sergeant John Perrine says when they arrived at the courthouse, they took out all the inmates and started walking inside.
At which time we believe they were confronted by this man who was at the courthouse already, outside the courthouse. The man displayed a firearm.
Then Perrine says the man was shot and killed by one of the deputies. It's not clear if he was pointing his gun at the inmates or the police. Now the cops are looking through surveillance video for more information. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And state police say it was 65-year-old Mark Votter of Plainfield that was killed. It's believed that he was targeting an inmate who was accused of killing his great-grandchildren in a high-speed chase. 3 separate shootings happened across Indianapolis overnight. The first near North Midhofer Road and East 21st on the far east side. About 90 minutes later, another shooting, West 69th and Michigan Road on the north side. A third shooting about 2 hours after that, 21st and Tibbs on the northwest side. Men were hurt in all these cases, not killed, but police aren't sharing much more about this. Indiana may execute Benjamin Ritchie by lethal injection on May 20th. Chris Davis reports on the man's efforts to save his life after taking another.
I was just a kid, blown his own life up and everybody else's life around me.
Ritchie admits to killing Beech Grove police officer William Toney, shooting him in the neck while Toney was doing his job, trying to catch him for stealing a van. In 1 hour of testimony Monday before the state parole board, he tried to convince them his life should be saved because he's a changed man. Whether that argument is enough is ultimately up to Governor Braun. The board only makes a recommendation. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You probably already know that lung cancer is one of the deadliest kind of cancers that you could get. Terre Haute's Mayor Brandon Sackbun has declared this week Lung Cancer Action Week, and he's encouraging screenings and public education on risks and prevention. Eli Lilly and Company is continuing to bring big dollars to the local economy.
With their groundbreaking ceremony Tuesday in Lebanon, Lilly will begin work on its new $4.5 billion medicine foundry in the LEAP Research and Innovation District.
The medicine foundry will combine research, manufacturing, and the most advanced technology available in a single location right here in Indiana.
That's Lilly Chair and CEO Dave Ricks. He and Governor Mike Braun are expected to take part in the groundbreaking ceremony.
And that's Jarrett Lewis reporting. And the Indiana Pacers play Game 2 against the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight at 7. The Pacers look to go up 2 games. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at Greenwood, Johnson County, actually a little bit south of Greenwood. This is going to be Franklin, northbound 65. Crash after State Road 44, King Street. And right now the right lane is closed with traffic backed up to State Road 44 or about a mile. Also looking at eastbound 74 like you're going from Indianapolis to Shelbyville. This is a crash on the left shoulder right around Acton Road. And then northbound 65 on the south side, stop and go traffic. Raymond Street up to the south split because of road maintenance blocking the left lane. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What's happening?
Hey, Tony. Good morning. Should be a better day today, not only with the sky conditions all day long. We'll go partly cloudy, but we should be warmer as we head into the afternoon as well. Today's high up to 70. Tonight we're mostly clear, quiet, and crisp, a low of 52. Really nice on Wednesday. Partly cloudy skies, a high of 76. Thursday, mostly cloudy skies. Should be relatively quiet. There might be an isolated shower or thunderstorm late in the afternoon. Thursday's high around 70.
That is Marcus Bailey of Wish TV. Marcus, thank you. We appreciate it. 49 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:07.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by B&W HVAC, Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard air dealer.
The St. Elmo's folk are growing. Harry and Izzy's will now be open in Arizona. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Hughes Culinary. Steve Hughes, Craig Hughes. They will be opening in Phoenix. It's an area, to say the least. And it will include a 2,400 square foot patio, I'm assuming with plenty of good misters. In Arizona, they have these misters that cool down the air around you, shoot out little bits of water, mist. It's kind of fascinating. It's very, very cool. Happy to see it. Good on them. Well done. Well played. They're grown. I mean, they're doing the 1933 lounge thing. They're there in Fishers. They just opened in Carmel. It's good work. Good work. Happy for them. And still focusing on this Dawson's on Main story. Right there in Speedway. They changed carriers, phone carriers, right? They were going from one to another. And somehow it got messed up. So the phone number is just stuck somewhere in the cloud, as Fox 59 reported it. These people don't have their phone number. So they have a temporary phone number. So people are calling saying, hey, it's the month of May. We'd like some to-go orders. The orders aren't coming through. I feel awful for them. Dawson'sOnMain.com. And you can place your order with them. And then someone said, well, why aren't you helping out all Speedway places? I'm like, whoa, I haven't done anything wrong here. Everyone's always yelling about something, man. But there's a lot of good things happening at Speedway. And I'm assuming a lot of people are going to be in the Speedway area, and they're going to enjoy every bit of it. There is, well, I have not been here yet, Do I pronounce it Barrage? It's the Cafe Bakery. They've got that whole thing going on. They've got buttermilk pancakes, fried to order donuts. They have a soup of the week. They have a pimento grilled cheese. They have got a whole bunch of sweet and savory things that are happening. There's good stuff. But I felt bad for a business where you can't find their phone number. Again, I don't know why you're changing your phone number right before the race, but neither here nor there. This is crazy. So Dawson's on Main. Go check them out. They are open. They will take your business. Tell them we here at Tony Katz in the Morning News sent them. Sent you. Just let them know. Very, very cool. I have had a long time desire and wondering why there's no cigar lounge in Speedway. It just seems to me to be a perfect place. And I am, of course, infuriated with the General Assembly for how they have treated the industry and an alleged shortfall. And the answer is tax tobacco. You're going to tax cigarettes. I don't speak about cigarettes, but then you're going to tax cigars, even though you just lowered the tax or put a cap on the tax 2 years ago. Gross, obscene stuff. Then you realize there's House Bill 1468, which has been signed into law, which allows the holder of a tobacco sales certificate to obtain a supplemental cigar sales certificate that allows the holder to sell cigars on a temporary basis at a function or an event. I want to understand what this means. Does this mean you can be a bar and you can get a license to sell cigars, and now you can sell cigars on site if you are doing an event somewhere? If I already sell cigars, can I now sell cigars at an event somewhere? I need to understand what I'm looking at here. I would like to know what this means and why this isn't always the case. It's like when during COVID, well, you could sell beer to go. We'll allow you during COVID to sell beer to go. Why did we ever stop that? Did the world come to an end? Of course not. Let every restaurant sell beer to go. Let every bar. What's the issue? You want it to be in a certain container or whatever, a growler? Fine. What is the problem? I am curious as to what this legislation is and how this works. If somebody who was part of the legislation, Kyle Miller, or anybody else can help me out here. By the way, Kyle Miller, a Democrat. I don't care. I want to understand what the objective here is, because this seems to be a pro-business objective, and I cheer that. What am I looking at? Let me know. That would be great. Tony Katz, that's me, by the way, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
When it comes to managed network services and IT support, Applied Innovation is at the top of the list for these Applied Innovation customers. Sean Carnahan, sales manager for Adventure Homes.
They do all of our computers, so they take care of all of our issues, anything that comes up with our servers, any tech support, software we need, any equipment we need.
Eric Lane, director of information technology for Raleigh Williams Paint Spot.
Applied Innovation has been very proactive, and they've laid out a plan for here is what we look like today, and here's what we want to look like in 18 months and then going forward. So it's the long-term vision that they have that other companies didn't.
Ashley Crane, IT director for Belmont Beverage.
They're just a really great company that has a lot to offer to a small IT team like ourselves.
Applied Innovation, office technology made simple, backed by a partner you can trust. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, you're the Carfax guy.
The Carfox from Carfax.
Wow.
And you, sir, work at Tire Discounters.
I sure do.
The Carfax top-rated service center.
Oh, right. You know, a lot of that's because of our services. But people think we're just about tires.
Maybe it's your name.
Yeah?
Tire Discounters. And your jingle.
Oh, you like it?
I think it needs something.
Yeah? Like what?
Hit it. Plus brakes, oil changes, shocks, and struts, and more. Now that speaks to me.
I'm sure everyone says this, but my mom really deserves the world. This year, I finally found a Mother's Day gift that comes close. She loves Hellsberg, so I'm getting her these timeless gold earrings she can enjoy for years to come. They feel special enough to show how much I truly appreciate everything she does for me. And I mean everything. I even sent my dad a link to the Diamond Eternity Band he'll be getting her, too.
Save up to 50% on Mother's Day gifts Mom will cherish forever. Visit Hellsberg.com or a store near you.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's up?
In Franklin, northbound 65 after State Road 44 King. This is a crash blocking the right lane. Very little delay and a bit of a slowdown going through there. Continuing on northbound 65, this is the south side. Stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue to the south split. That's because of road maintenance blocking the left lane. Heading towards Shelbyville from Indianapolis, eastbound 74, crash at Pleasant View Boulevard. And this is blocking the left shoulder. No delay right now. Inbound 69 starting to slow down from 106th Street. 282nd. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping and code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
You and I should have push-to-talk capability.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
What, you talk to your phone and just go...
Just any time I need to be able to get in touch with you.
Oh, I see.
To be able to do so.
Oh, that's fancy schmancy. Why would I miss?
No, who knows? You mean over time or just today?
No. What'd you make a list?
Oh, make a list.
Yeah.
You mean keep a list?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Keeping a list.
Keeping a list. Beautiful. I don't know. What would happen? Would I just be like, hey, yeah, man.
Right, that's it.
Good job on the,
Tell me a bedtime story like it would be that. Be that in the push to talk.
I'll read a bedtime story. There you go.
Right. Matt Bear reads bedtime stories. Mm-hmm. That's a new segment. That's happening.
Sweet Dreams on Pendleton Pike by Matt Bear.
Sweet Dreams on Pendleton Pike is in the adult section.
Oh,
we all know that.
Oh, wait, you got to pull the curtain back. Sorry,
you bet. Hey, kids, enjoy school today.
Boy, those were the days. Family Video, man.
Don't forget to ask your mom, what is Uncle Matt talking about? I felt good. 49 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:17.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP 105,575, Nautilus MSRP 6195, Corsair MSRP 47,820. Offers good through May 31st, 2025. Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Getting ready for the popcorn moment, brought to you by Boer Remodeling, BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com. Your kitchen, your bathroom, that basement, a place where you can actually eat your popcorn because you can turn it into a home theater, which is a fantastic use of that space. Right now, you just use it to put whatever in. How about making it an actual part of the home? Boer Remodeling can help. That's what they do. Anything inside the four walls of your home, they're helping you make exactly how you want it to be. Upgrading the look, upgrading the sophistication, upgrading the layout, upgrading the utility. That's what Boer Remodeling does. Helps you take a space and reimagine it into something that fits your family's needs, increasing the value of your home, increasing the value of your life. Boer Remodeling, their 5-step design process from start to finish. See, I can talk. From the consultation to that last bit of construction, the best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana, plus the highest quality brand names you know and trust. Boer will guide you through the entire process, starting with that free initial consultation, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Boer Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Boer. Booher. BoerRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn, because there is more. By the way, I think we're returning to the live stream tomorrow. If it all goes well, I think I'm supposed to take tomorrow off, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be right where I should be. Dang it! Coming back to the live stream tomorrow. At least we're gonna try to the best of our ability. There was a back and forth that took place on CNN. And, of course, when you're talking about CNN, you're discussing how good Scott Jennings is at his job in taking on the madness of a progressive thought process or conversation. The only reason to watch CNN is Scott Jennings honestly address the situation and to watch how others don't. This is a great example of it. One of the things that gets lost in the conversation regarding illegal immigration is that you and I are having a conversation about illegal immigration. The progressive left, and if we want to argue this doesn't happen, I've got a call in, 317-239-9393. Of course, this happens every day and all the time. The left goes about discussing immigration, purposefully not separating the two things out, as if illegal immigration doesn't exist and is not real. As if the conversation in and of itself doesn't matter. Which brings us to this back and forth that Scott Jennings had, who just spoke in Johnson County just the other night on this subject. Listen.
I believe that he believes his mandate from the American people is to solve illegal immigration. And I would ask you the same question in reverse. Did Joe Biden, when he said he would faithfully uphold and execute the laws of this land, not mean it when he decided to let millions upon millions of people into the country? Because he did not execute the laws.
I thought that you were going to squirm out of that question.
I'm not squirming.
Yes, you did. And that's why I prepared for it, because I want to read you something.
The man he's talking to is Charles Blow. Is he formerly of the New York Times? He might still be of the New York Times. Let's listen to what he thinks is happening here.
The core of Trump's candidacy is a call for greater executive authority with willful disregard for the constitutional limits placed on our chief executive. Trump especially promises to force individual companies to do things he wants them to do, or else he promises punishment to those who displease him, which appeals to the miserable man at the airport bar. Do you recognize that?
Yeah, I wrote it.
Exactly.
And here's the deal.
He hasn't changed, so what has changed about you?
And here's the difference between then and now. This country has been invaded. The president was elected
so
to end the invasion. So
you changed your opinion on the Constitution?
My opinion is the president needs to pull every lever he can to solve the illegal immigration
crisis. So you've answered that question by saying you don't mind him being unconstitutional.
That
interesting. Here's something Scott Jennings wrote. Scott Jennings either is discussing a different subject or changed his mind, said, hey, a new data has come to light, and therefore I'm now in this direction. That's not allowable. Let the conversation continue.
Every immigrant here is the same. You can't believe that because they're not. They're not.
I do.
There's some good, there's some bad. There's some criminal,
I believe everybody who's here illegally is here illegally. Not all are violent, but all are here illegally.
How do you differentiate if nobody gets a hearing, if you don't have due process? How do you distinguish one from the other?
Well,
so what you're saying is every person that's here in this country is a criminal, is a gang member, should be thrown in jail.
Every person who's here illegally, is in fact a criminal. Some of them do come here and commit violent crimes and still aren't deported.
If you don't have a process?
Well, some have records and some don't.
But
I'm
still
here to
have
break the news.
constitutional rights.
They're all going away.
Still have constitutional.
So let them talk over each other. The argument being asked by a second panelist, the first panelist trying to discredit Jennings doesn't work, was Charles Blow. But this idea of every immigrant is different. Notice the argument that is being made.
Here's the difference between then and now. this country has been invaded. The president was elected.
So
to
you
end the
changed your
invasion.
opinion on the Constitution?
My opinion is the president needs to pull every lever he can to solve the illegal immigration.
So you've answered that question by saying you don't mind him being unconstitutional.
Believe that every immigrant here is the same? You can't believe that because they're not.
They weren't talking about immigrants. They were talking about illegal immigrants. And that's the example. I want to share with you the whole thing just to hear what Scott deals with on a daily basis. And also, people are allowed to change their mind. They absolutely are. You're allowed to say, hey, you were discussing this in the past, and I therefore have concerns about you. That's how I felt about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. You didn't favor green this, green that, green the other. He wanted to throw you in jail. I don't know. I didn't want him in a position of power. He was allowed to advise. I didn't want him to have a cabinet position. I said those words here. I don't lie to anybody. My gosh. But when discussing illegal immigration, notice how they move the conversation to immigration as a whole, which is not the case. The left is making an argument that there's a problem, but there's nothing you're allowed to do about it. Everything you want to do about the problem isn't in and of itself the problem. If you would just forget about these things, everything would be better. It is a peculiar and strange argument, and one that we should not allow ourselves to give into. If the left wants to lie and manipulate and not accept the fact that we're talking about illegal immigration, that's on them. We're going to have to call them out at every single turn. But the idea that, oh, well, there's nothing you can do, nonsense. That we are the victims of Joe Biden's and multiple administrations, Republican and Democrat, going the past 40 years, their incompetence, we must suffer now? No, we can fix now. And we should. Matt Bear has got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Yeah, Tony, in Johnson County, crash northbound 65 after State Road 44. And it's blocking the outside shoulder. That's the right shoulder, causing a bit of a slowdown. South side northbound 65, stop and go traffic after Keystone Avenue into the south split because of road maintenance. Crash heading to Shelbyville, eastbound 74, Pleasant View. That's on the shoulder. And inbound 69, stop and go traffic, 106th Street, 282nd for a 5-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This may be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you're at the BMV. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
4 intense laps, 16 perfect corners, 230 mile-per-hour speeds. Qualifying May 17th and 18th. We've got tickets, 2 tickets to qualifying, 317-239-9393. I'll take the third caller. We'll make this quick. 317-239-9393. Check out qualifying for the greatest spectacle in racing. You can be there. You got to check it out. The PPG Armed Forces qualifying day. It's going to be a fantastic. Get your tickets, 317-239-9393. Third caller, the tickets are yours.
Hammer and Nigel show 306 this afternoon. If you missed the announcement, our show will be live at Carb Day. Shout out to Hensley Legal Group, 93 WIBC.
Hey, will you be filing for Social Security in the next 5 years? The amount of lifetime income you get from Social Security could vary by hundreds of thousands of dollars. And basically, it all boils down to not only your timing, but also coordinating taxes, spousal benefits, IRAs, 401k withdrawals, and much more. Hammer and Nigel here. You got to make sure you get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery.
We trust Bill Demery, and you can too. And if you've saved more than $200,000 and have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. This analysis could help you get hundreds of thousands of dollars in additional lifetime income, and it's free. Schedule it right now, 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Promises made, promises kept. Governor Mike Braun's bold leadership is already getting things done for Hoosiers. Governor Braun and State House Republicans are delivering massive property tax cuts. We're talking nearly $1.5 billion in relief. That's real money back in homeowners' pockets. But Braun didn't stop there. He cut local income tax capacity by nearly $2 billion and capped the local income tax rate to protect Hoosiers. And Braun led the fight to reform local government taxes, giving Hoosiers more say by requiring referendums be held in high-turnout elections. Thanks to Governor Braun and State House Republicans, your property taxes will be lower. Future increases are reined in, and the system is now more transparent. Visit HoosierHope.org and let Governor Braun and Republican legislators know you support historic property tax cuts. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
Pat Sullivan here for Gutter Helmet. Are you still putting screens on your gutters? If the holes are too big, debris gets in, and you're still cleaning your gutters. If the holes are too small, it sits on top, and now you're cleaning the screens. I have Gutter Helmet on my home, and it has no holes, slots, or screens. It keeps the debris out and the water in. Since 1981, Gutter Helmet has been America's #1 choice for gutter protection. Right now, Gutter Helmet is offering a 19% discount, plus, get this, 12 months no interest financing if paid in full within 12 months. Give them a call at 800-5HELMET. That's 800-5HELMET to schedule a free estimate. 19% off restrictions apply and cannot be combined with other offers. Call Gutter Helmet today at 800-5HELMET or go to gutterhelmetindy.com and never clean your gutters again.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The Canadian Prime Minister traveling to Washington, D.C. Nothing on radar, a cloudy, cool morning in downtown Indianapolis, 50 degrees. Your high today, 70. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation. Here's what's trending at 7:31.
I'm not sure what he wants to see me about, but I guess he wants to make a deal. Everybody does. They all want to make a deal because we have something that they all want.
That's President Trump talking about Canada's new prime minister visiting the White House today.
When asked at the White House Monday what he expects from his visit with Canada's new Liberal Party Prime Minister Mark Carney, the president did praise Carney last week, and Carney said of his phone call with the president that it was very constructive. He said his government will fight to get the best deal for Canada, that he knows the discussions will not be easy. But as for Canada becoming the U.S.'s 51st state, Carney has said this will never happen.
That's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal reporting. Also in D.C.,
75 countries have come to the negotiating table on tariffs.
That's Indiana Congresswoman Erin Houchin touting President Trump's progress on aforementioned tariffs.
Proving that when America leads with strength, the world responds.
And Houchin says accountability is being restored, American values are being defended, and America is finally being put first. Police are still trying to figure out why a man was outside the Hendricks County Courthouse Monday armed with a gun before he was shot dead by deputies.
We do believe we have video surveillance of the incident. That'll be part of the investigation, and we'll be reviewing that soon.
State Police Sergeant John Perrine says 2 cops came to the courthouse with inmates, and they were escorting them inside. The man displayed a gun. That man, identified as 65-year-old Mark Vodder of Plainfield, it's believed that he was targeting an inmate accused of killing his great-grandkids. 25 years ago, Beech Grove police officer William Toney lost his life. He was shot in the neck during a chase by Benjamin Ritchie, who now faces execution on May 20th. Chris Davis reports on his attempt to save his life.
I ruined my life and other people's lives, and I'm so sorry for that night.
Those are Ritchie's words during a Monday hearing before the state parole board, in which he made his case, saying he's changed since the killing.
I tried to do positive things now. I was so bent on destroying other people's lives. All thing I can do is try to give it back now.
The parole board doesn't make the final decision. They make recommendations to Governor Mike Braun, who decides whether Ritchie is executed. Indiana executed a person last year, the first time in 15 years that's happened. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Someone in the Hoosier State is about to become richer. John Herrick explains why.
That's because the Hoosier Lottery said Monday that during Friday's Cash 5 drawing, someone bought a $120,000 winning ticket at a Speedway Speedway gas station in Indianapolis. It matched all 5 numbers, which were 8, 14, 17, 26, and 34. You can check your numbers on the Hoosier Lottery app, and the winner should contact customer service to claim their prize. John Herrick, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
Sports on WIBC, brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. The Indiana Pacers have room to improve, and they'll have to improve tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers if they want to take a 2-0 lead in their best-of-7 semifinal series.
Just generating shots, whether at the beginning of the shot clock, at the end of the shot clock, is going to be big for us. Not playing in the middle, set better screens.
That's Indiana center Miles Turner.
Defensively, I know we got hurt in the boards a bit. I think I had 21 second chance points, and you negate some of that, then lead grows for us.
Game 1, 13 lead changes, 4 ties. The Pacers won the game 121-112. Tonight's game starts at 7. 2 road teams won in the NBA playoffs last night. The Denver Nuggets beat the Thunder, quite a game, 121-119. And the New York Knicks beat the Celtics, another great game, in OT. 108-105. Knicks guard Jalen Brunson had 29 points.
Told each other just keep believing. And just keep fighting, sticking together, and keep chipping away. Was it going to be a 20-point shot where you can just come back? We just had to keep chipping away possession by possession.
Major League Baseball, the Cubs beat the Giants 9-2. Braves shut out the Reds 4-0. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. At 7:35, traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, inbound 69 stop and go traffic 116th Street, 282nd. That's a 6-minute delay. Northbound 65 south side stop and go south to Keystone Avenue up to the south split because of road maintenance. Blocking the left lane, delay time 8 minutes. Southbound US 31 slows 116th Street to 111th. Keystone Parkway, southbound lanes dragging just a bit from 116th Street to 96. On the east side, this is a crash southbound 465 at East 56th Street on the shoulder. Northbound 465 east side slow, roll 70 up to Penn Pike. And heading to Shelbyville, crash eastbound 74 at Pleasant View. That's blocking the inside shoulder, left shoulder closed, slowing us down just a bit as you make your way through. No delay at the moment. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This May, you can be a hero at the finish line. Say yes to organ donation and talk to your family about your decision. A message from Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 49 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereeth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
This May, be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you're at the BMV.
The most important advice I can give to someone regarding their heating and air conditioning system is for them to change their filters.
And get regular maintenance from B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard air dealer.
Whenever I'm out wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace. Well, you do have to keep your pants up. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. During downtime, I'm clearing my head. I'm getting ready for what's next on the show. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. The Marketplace. Brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. The Attorney General's just holding on to it for you. So go get it. Go get your cash. Go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Tony or my full name, Tony Katz, to 46220. Fast, easy, free. It is your money. IndianaUnclaimed.gov is where you go. There is all sorts of stuff on the marketplace. Cool stuff, odd stuff, interesting stuff, strange stuff, weird stuff. I bought, I've sold, I've done it all. And this, Matt Bear, is the vintage 1977 Boston Spaceship rock music band belt buckle.
Oh, it's a beaut.
Look at that. We prepared and everything.
Is this White Snake?
Yes.
Okay. I love White
Yes. Actually, this is original Karen Carpenter.
Sounds great.
It is a 3.5 inch by 2.5 inch metal belt buckle in not just any condition, good condition.
Oh, damn.
Right? From 1977, 32-inch leather belt included for an additional $5. First of all, 32-inch?
They'll see you
What am I
coming.
supposed to do with this?
I don't know. I just got to...
Am I built like a 9-year-old girl? Oh, no. I'm a grown man. Matt Bear, you as the resident Boston fan here at Tony Katz in the Morning News, how do you feel about a belt buckle that has your favorite rock band right on it?
I mean, the Boston spaceship makes this belt buckle. It's like everything Boston does is just like big. And they always have like the UFO, the UFO logo. Anybody that's ever bought a Boston album and it has like Boston on it. I think, you are going to get attention if you're walking around with this. And you said it was metal, right? Just like pure metal?
Oh, according to this, it is metal. According to the description.
So rock and roll. This whole thing is just rock and roll, and it's beautiful. So I don't know if I would wear it, but I'd definitely wear it to a Boston concert. How about that?
Well,
are they still on tour?
And I don't know. I don't know if Boston's still on tour. I would also like to wear it, but if I did, I'd have to just hold it in my hand because that's not going around my waist.
No, it'd be tight. It'd be tight, but you could get it.
When we say tight, we mean it won't fit.
It won't fit, no.
No. This belt buckle is $80.
Come on, guys.
So, are you saying no?
No.
Okay. All right, fine. Be that way.
Absolutely. One, I can't use it as a belt. I'd have to use it as a tourniquet. And that's,
right.
That means I'd have to cut myself to ever get any use and get that $80 back. So, no, I don't see myself paying $80 for a Boston belt buckle.
Okay. You can turn off the music now, Carl. We don't need any more of that. Yeah, I am not in. But I want you to know that over there at the chat on YouTube, which has devolved into nonsense, people are going to get thrown out. Quit doing this segment. It's not funny. It's a waste of time. The producer, Fake Laughing, has also got to go.
Oh, okay. Well,
Fake Laughing, producer Carl.
There's no faking here.
Travis, I'm going to say this. The guy's name's Travis. I'm just going to say this as clear as I can. Don't be dead inside.
Oh!
Stop. If I wanted your advice on programming the show, I would have called, but I didn't. No. This is all up to Daddy. And in this conversation, I'm Daddy. And this is what we do. And we have a ball with it. And everybody seems to have a good time with a little bit of relaxation, except for you, Travis. So I want you to take a moment to look in the mirror and ask yourself, who hurt me? Who hurt me deep inside? And then find a way to a better tomorrow. Therapy might help. Maybe just a little bit of meditation or yoga. I'm not so sure, Travis. But dear God, don't get upset with the band Boston because they're trying to sell some really ugly merch. Trump with the laugh for the win. Oh, it's great.
That was emphatic.
Anyway, yeah, you're mad at this? All the things going on in the world. How dare these guys try and have a little bit of relaxation? My gosh. Everyone, smoke them if you got them.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And or don't, because when I'm around Matt, I have to remind you, no, you don't have to do that.
No. It's for somebody else. Come on.
Yeah. So there it is. The belt buckle, it's $80. It's there if you want it. Find it at the marketplace. Everything's at WIBC.com. Check it out for yourself. Tony Katz. God, they pay me to do this show. 93 WIBC. Good morning. Hey, Tony, we need a show where you just yell at the listener. How often? All the time. Got it. I could do this. Brought to you by Circle City Trees. Hold on. I hear them calling in right now. Tony, this is not what we meant by sponsorship, but they are fantastic trees. Travis, you can enjoy a Circle City tree, can't you? Maybe that's what you need, a little beautification in the backyard or the side yard. Maybe you need some separation from a neighbor. Maybe they're nosy. Maybe they're noisy. With a tree from Circle City Trees, you can get shade for your back deck, really beautify the backyard or the front yard, add some depth and character to your landscaping. And they take care of the installation. They take care of the mulching. Absolutely fantastic people and an incredible selection of trees, mature trees that thrive right here in Indiana. Evergreens and shade trees, fruit trees, ornamental trees, flowering trees. Go talk to them. Check them out for yourself right there in Zionsville, because you may want to just, pick the tree that fits your personality, the one that's right for you. Circle City Trees right there in Zionsville. 317-768-3005. 317-768-3005. Circle City Trees. 768-3005 or online at circlecitytrees.com.
Life moves fast. Another new directive from Donald Trump.
President Trump will not be deterred to make our federal government more efficient.
So does the news.
We expect those meetings to take place very soon.
Decisions made today.
I'm not a big fan of the Atlantic.
No threats to national security. Could impact you tomorrow.
Accountability and transparency.
What's next?
You never know what's going to happen.
Need to know what happened.
We're already tracking it. Stay in the know while you're on the go on 93 WIBC.
Traffic on the 5s, Matt Bear. I don't know if Travis likes this either, but I say we still do the traffic.
Well, we're not going to like the crash on southbound 31 coming down from Carmel. Don't like that at all. It's at 111th Street. And it backs us up to Carmel Drive, Illinois Street. So a delay coming southbound 31 right now as you make your way in from Carmel here this morning. Looking at eastbound 465 slow around Allisonville Road, southbound Keystone Parkway stop and go traffic, Carmel Drive past 116th Street. Inbound 69 stop and go traffic, 116th Street to 82nd. That's an 11-minute delay. East side debris on northbound 465 at East 56th Street. Be careful as you make your way through there. Northbound 465 slow from 70 up to Penn Pike. South side northbound 65 stop and go traffic from South Keystone Avenue into the South Split because of road construction. Inbound 65 dragging around 38th Kessler down to the White River. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This may be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you're at the BMV. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
49 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
When you golf in Missouri, the courses are so close, you'll spend more time on the fairway than the freeway. After the back nine, enjoy world-class dining and distilleries, shops, spas, museums, and more. Find your new Golf MO at visitmo.com.
Tamara and Nigel for Window Nation. May is officially here, and so are the rising temperatures. Beat the heat and keep the AC in your home with Window Nation's energy-efficient vinyl windows. During their semi-annual sale, you'll get 60% off and a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows. Plus, no money down, no interest, no monthly payments until 2027.
That's a lot of savings and a super smart investment. So how exactly do they keep prices affordable? Window Nation works directly with the top window manufacturers in this country. Windows assembled right here in the USA. Plus, their windows come with a lifetime warranty, so you'll keep saving long into the future. Window Nation's semi-annual sale. It ends soon, so do not miss your chance to get 60% off and a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows. Plus, you don't pay anything until 2027. Schedule your estimate right now. 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com.
Applied Innovation has made a lot of IT directors happy with their managed print services offering. Listen to a few of them talk about Applied Innovation. Chris Pfeiffer, IT Director for Doran Mayhew.
So we were able to reduce the number of machines that we use, but increase their capacity. And then basically we cut our managed print services bill in half by doing that.
Applied Innovation customer Linda Philly Watson, Director of IT at LaSalle Bristol.
The devices are well managed, well maintained, well supported, and that's less time for me. More time for me to spend on other projects, on other priorities.
Applied Innovation customer Craig Gilliam, IT Director for Suncoast Skin Solutions.
I think it's just the simplicity of everything. They're quick, fast, and so if you need any help, they're on the spot.
Applied Innovation, office technology made simple, backed by a partner you can trust. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
It's Terry Stacy. How many of you started the year with good intentions of losing weight and getting in shape by spring? Well, if you didn't hit that goal, Exercise Inc. can help. Exercise Inc. has been helping people get stronger, build muscle, lose weight, and transform their health for over 20 years. The program works, and guess what? It only takes 20 minutes a week. Their unique training method was developed in an osteoporosis research study to help prevent bone mineral loss in older women. The women in the study ended up getting very strong in a short amount of time. When the method was applied to normal, healthy adults, both men and women got a lot stronger. Their Simple 9 nutritional program has helped their clients lose over 37,000 pounds since 2013, and they've seen clients lower their blood pressure, improve their blood sugar, and get off prescription meds. Their coaches are professional. Their gyms are private. Get started now before summer gets here. Locations in Avon, Brownsburg, Fishers, Greenwood, and Zionsville. Change your life in 20 minutes a week. Go to exerciseinc.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you or your spouse looking to lose weight in time for the summer? Go to Loti Center for prescription weight loss treatment options, including semaglutide. If you qualify for treatment, you can get a free B12 shot when you start. Offer limited. Book right now. FixMyLoti.com.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
You support them. Who supports you? Matt Baer and Ryan Hedrick provide insight, encouragement, and resources to help you navigate a loved one's recovery on the Supporting Sobriety podcast. Listen and get support wherever you get your podcasts.
Days have come and gone, and President Trump is still moving apace, and things are being addressed. I would like to see him make the move on putting an end to foreign money in our university system. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. The Free Press with an interesting story. Qatar and China are pouring billions into elite American universities. The first paragraph, I think, tells the story. Foreign donors have given as much to U.S. universities in the last 4 years as they did in the previous 40. That's a story. I think the bigger story would of course, be why. But the thing we must ask ourselves is, what is the value? And what is the issue? Foreign money means foreign influence. And that simply can't be allowed. That's not what higher education needs to be. As a matter of, you can call it national security, as a matter of rationality. That's not it. I want France having absolutely zero influence on our universities. Never mind Qatar and China. Nor do I want Canada to have any influence on our universities. You think I want schools in Indiana looking like McGill? No thanks. The university believes itself to be a place that decides our future, and that they have knowledge, and they imparting that knowledge is what's key. In far too many cases, they believe that knowledge comes from a globalist perspective. It's dangerous, because the globalist perspective is indeed a bad one. And certainly is not one that built the America that we have that creates actual value, the one that we're trying to keep. People forget, when I discuss that I'm a conservative, there's an actual argument for conserving things. Oh, so you want to go back to Jim Crow and slavery? Oh, God. Honestly, everybody's nutty. I would like to conserve the idea that America is indeed better. And while we may have alliances in places, we may have friendships in places, we are not those places. We're better than the whole of Europe and every single European nation. As a concept, as a philosophy, we're better. Now, are there things we need to do better? Absolutely. But those things cannot happen if we're getting influence from foreign nations. And it certainly can't happen if the influence is coming from China, which is, on every metric, not better. Oh, but Tony, they have high-speed rail. Nice. Now, you stick with that. I'm going to go back to being in reality. Chinese propaganda at universities is not valuable. Ideas and philosophies of suppression are not valuable. It's a worthy story, worth a read. And we need to get foreign money out of the university set. Matt Bear has traffic.
Northbound 65, stop-and-go traffic right now from South Keystone Avenue into the South Split. That's because of road maintenance blocking the left lane, and traffic is backed up to South Keystone Avenue at a 10-minute delay. Southbound 31 crash coming down from Carmel at 111th Street, and we're down to one lane in that southbound direction of travel. Traffic is stopped back to 136. More coming up at 8:05. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This may be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and driven to save lives. Remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you are at the BMV. I'm Matt Bear at WIBC Traffic.
Greetings, Boomtown. Ever since this neighborhood switched to Xfinity Internet,
the Wi-Fi is booming!
Xfinity combines the power of internet and mobile with one all-in plan.
So we've all got lightning-fast, secure Wi-Fi speeds at home and on the go with Wi-Fi Power Boost from Xfinity Mobile.
You get the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best in-class equipment and unlimited data included. Plus, add an unlimited mobile line.
All for only $40 a month for 1 year. To celebrate this combo, we're mashing our shows together.
It's everything you need all in one plan. Plus, learn how to get a free 5G phone with a premium unlimited line. Now, sit back and relax with the smooth, relaxing sound
of face-melting acid metal!
Brilliant.
Visit Xfinity.com to learn more. Ends June 23rd with paperless billing and autopay to stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet gateway required. Taxes, fees extra. After 1 year, rate increases to $110 a month. After 2 years, regular rates apply. Actual Wi-Fi speeds vary. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed broadband experience report August 2024.
Spring in Indy, and if you hate to paint, do what your neighbor Don did. He called Rhino Shield.
Well, the home was built in 1948. Paint on the aluminum siding was peeling, and I couldn't find anyone who would repaint it until I called Rhino Shield.
Rhino Shield's better than paint, and the crew
painted all my aluminum siding, and I've got a front porch that runs the whole length of the house, and all the pillars and everything. And once they were gone, I couldn't even tell that they were there.
With Rhino Shield's 25-year transferable warranty, you'll never have to paint your home again. And right now, you can have Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
Well, I've told a lot of people, do the Rhino Shield. It's really a great product, and if you don't want to paint the house, that would be the way to go.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino!
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
You can be a hero at the finish line when you say yes to organ donation. I'm Jake Query, sports radio talk show host and racing announcer. And race fans regularly share their stories with me about how organ donation saves lives. Like the life of Danny, a race fan, husband, father, and grandfather who received a kidney transplant that saved his life in 2024. Be a hero at the finish line when you say yes to organ donation. Learn more at driventosavelives.org.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
Don't get suckered into the same old free phone game by Big Wireless. There is a better way. Pure Talk, my sponsor, my wireless company, has a better offer. A brand new free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan. For $35 a month, you get unlimited talk, unlimited text, 15 gigs of data, all on America's most dependable 5G network. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk for your free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan. Pure Talk, wireless by Americans for Americans.
I'm sure everyone says this, but my mom really deserves the world. This year, I finally found a Mother's Day gift that comes close. She loves Hellsberg, so I'm getting her these timeless gold earrings she can enjoy for years to come. They feel special enough to show how much I truly appreciate everything she does for me. And I mean everything. I even sent my dad a link to the Diamond Eternity band he'll be getting her, too.
Save up to 50% on Mother's Day gifts Mom will cherish forever. Visit Hellsberg.com or a store near you.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, how much of your money is being spent to look into sexual harassment in Indianapolis government? What IMPD is saying about several shootings that happened overnight, and why a man shot at cops outside of a courthouse Monday. After Fox News, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis on a Tuesday morning in the capital city. It's 8 o'clock.
Will trade talks be tense at the White House? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. We'll find out in a few hours when Canada's new leader shows up for a meeting.
When asked at the White House Monday what he expects from his visit with Canada's new Liberal Party Prime Minister Mark Carney, President Trump said,
I don't know, he's coming to see me. I'm not sure what he wants to see me about, but I guess he wants to make a deal. Everybody does. They all want to make a deal because we have something that they all want.
The president did praise Carney last week, and Carney said of his phone call with the president that it was very constructive. He said his government will fight to get the best deal for Canada, that he knows the discussions will not be easy. But as for Canada becoming the U.S.'s 51st state, Carney has said this will never happen.
That's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Trade will also be an issue in Congress, where Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent will testify this morning.
Bessent is likely to face questions not just from Democrats, but also Republicans on the administration's plans on tariffs, as many lawmakers are facing questions from constituents who export products to other countries.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz at the Capitol. Other Trump cabinet members will also testify at the House this morning. The Homeland Security Secretary will be asked about the new plan to get illegal immigrants to self-deport, paying for their flights and giving them $1,000 after Fox.
It saves us thousands and thousands of dollars, and it also is a much safer situation for officers and for those in communities.
For a second night in a row, Ukraine attacked Russia with drones. Some reached the capital.
Moscow's mayor claims at least 19 Ukrainian drones were destroyed before they reached the city. Sergei Sobyanin says some debris landed on a highway, but there were no casualties. All 4 of the city's main airports closed for several hours as a precaution, but have now reopened.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Israel's been hitting Houthi militants with airstrikes in Yemen, and today warned people living near the airport in Sana'a to evacuate as the Israelis retaliate for a missile launched by Iran-backed Houthis over the weekend that did damage near the busy Tel Aviv airport, disrupting flights. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Indianapolis is spending lots of your money to investigate sexual harassment. Nothing on radar in downtown Indianapolis. It is cool and cloudy, 50 degrees. Your high today, 73. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02.
The city council office is actually asking for another $300,000 of taxpayer money because they've ran out of money in this process so far.
That's Michael Paul Hart, the minority leader, the Indianapolis City County Council, joining Hammer and Nigel Monday to talk about the progress or lack of it on the city's sexual harassment investigation into Mayor Hogsett's office.
So far, they've spent $150,000 on lawyers and are asking for another $300,000 to keep asking these questions.
The investigation has been going on since last year. 3 separate shootings happened overnight in the capital city. The first one near North Midhofer Road and East 21st on the Far East Side. 30 minutes later, another shooting on the West 69th Michigan Road corridor on the north side, and then a third shooting about 2 hours later on 21st and Tibbs on the northwest side. Men were hurt in all these cases, separate cases so far, say police, but they're not talking about arrests yet. Gunfire at the Hendricks County Courthouse. John Herrick reports on what happened Monday afternoon.
2 Hendricks County deputies were transporting a group of inmates to the courthouse for court proceedings around 1 o'clock. State Police Sergeant John Perrine says when they arrived at the courthouse, they took out all the inmates and started walking inside.
At which time we believe they were confronted by this man who was at the courthouse already, outside the courthouse. The man displayed a firearm.
Then Perrine says the man was shot and killed by one of the deputies. It's not clear if he was pointing his gun at the inmates or the police. Now the cops are looking through surveillance video for more information. John Herrick, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
That man has been identified as 65-year-old Mark Vaughter of Plainfield, and his family says his great-grandchildren were killed by a man during a high-speed chase in Plainfield. Benjamin Ritchie faces execution May 20th for the killing of a Beech Grove cop named William Toney about 25 years ago. Monday, he made a 1-hour plea to try to save his life in front of the state parole board.
It's horrible he lost his life. There's not a day goes by. I wish I could take it back. Me helping other screw-ups, not reoffend, not come back to Indiana's prisons. I think his life could best be served that way.
And the board only makes recommendations. It's all up to the governor. Lilly's investment in Boone County is growing. Here's Jarrett Lewis.
The Indianapolis-based pharmaceutical giant is breaking ground Tuesday on its $4.5 billion Lilly Medicine Foundry in Lebanon. The project will increase the company's investment in the LEAP Research and Innovation District to over $13 billion.
This site will enable those types of inventions that can allow us to make 2-3 times as much medicine from the same process with chemical innovation.
The foundry will include 400 highly skilled workers, engineers, and scientists, and could be finished by late 2027. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Pacers playoff basketball tonight in Cleveland at 7. The Pacers up 1-0 in the Eastern Conference semifinal series. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. What are you watching for us, Matt Bear?
We're up in Carmel, Ryan, and southbound 31 crash cleanup continues on the right shoulder. This is southbound US 31 at 111th Street. And right now, the stop traffic has subsided, and we like to see that still jammed up 136th Street down to the City Center Drive, or also known as Carmel Drive. So, yeah, that's our delay right now, and it's starting to taper off a little bit. Inbound 69, 11-minute delay, 116th Street, 282nd. Northbound 65, slow from South Keystone Avenue onto the south split. That's because of road maintenance blocking the left lane for an 11-minute delay. And on the east side, northbound 465 slows from 74 to Brookville Road, and again from I-70 up to Penn Pike. Crash south side, Arlington Avenue at Stop 11 Road. Traffic sponsored by True Green. Summer is better with True Green. Get a lawn you'll love for less than you think. And don't wait. Sign up at TrueGreen.com and get 75% off your first treatment. Restrictions apply. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What's happening?
Hey, Tony. Good morning. Should be a beautiful day today. I know we're dealing with some rain out toward the Ohio state line. That should move out of here over the next couple of hours. Here in central Indiana, it's been pretty nice this morning. We'll have a mixture of sun and clouds, warmer temperatures, too. Should be a nice day, a high of around 70. Tonight, mostly clear. We'll call it crisp but quiet, a low of 52. Wednesday looks beautiful, partly cloudy, warmer, a high of 76. And Thursday, partly to mostly cloudy. There is an outside chance for a shower or storm in the afternoon, otherwise dry and mild. Thursday's high around 70.
That is Marcus Bailey right there of Wish TV. Marcus, always appreciate it. 50 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:07.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by B&W HVAC, Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard air dealer.
Foundry. It's pretty impressive. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. This is what Lilly is doing in Lebanon at the LEAP District. Don't get me wrong. The LEAP District was poorly implemented. The LEAP District was the state government under Eric Holcomb looking at the citizens and saying, yeah, we just don't care. You are inconsequential. That's what they did. And it was an ugly, despicable rollout from people who didn't actually listen. They said, let's do. And I remain curious about how things flowed and how certain thank yous were given. That's my own curiosity there. Mad at Lilly? No. I have not been mad at Lilly. A $4.5 billion medicine foundry. This I like. Because this goes along with the concept of, are we going to develop the medicines here? That's what matters. More of this opportunity. And then, of course, leading into the idea of production in the United States. This is what matters. So I'm thrilled to see it. I'm glad it's here. And I only hope that Indiana can capitalize on these opportunities. We have executive orders coming out from the White House regarding the idea of manufacturing of these medicines. We should be, people, proactive in securing this business. Securing a bunch of those industries way better than Amazon HQ2. Which, Governor Braun, if you're listening, and I know that you are, could we find out what it was Indiana was willing to give up for Indiana HQ2? Could we do that? That would be great. And while we're on the subject of, hey, can you do me a favor? Hey, Republican Party, could you please do me a favor and make sure that Diego Morales is not the Secretary of State for another 4 years? He's launching a re-election bid. Are we all out of our minds? The guy who hires his brother-in-law and then when asked about it says, we hire the best of the best, as if that's an answer. Come on. Don't be embarrassed by this guy. Do better. Oh, also, who sent him to India? He's a public official. Is he going to tell us who sent him to India? He doesn't think that matters. I think it matters greatly. It matters to the idea of trust and transparency. So maybe I missed it. Who sent him to India? Now, do I mind that he went to India? Not 100%, although Diego Morales is not my idea of somebody who is our best foot forward if we're talking about bringing business. I don't think I would trust. I don't think that's the guy we want. I think there are plenty of other people who could do a far superior job. I think how he has acted with people here proves that he's not the guy to be Indiana's face into the world. So no Diego Morales, and then if we could, it'd be great if we could find out how much we were willing to spend on Amazon HQ2. That would be fantastic. Would love to know that number. I think everybody else would as well. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Moss Roofing. Because it's time for a new roof. It's time for you to have your roof looked at because you've seen all that rain come through, all those storms, and we're not done. You know we're not done. Do you already have a small drip, a small leak that could lead to a major repair? Moss Roofing can take care of that right now. Professionals you can trust. If that water gets into your attic, your walls, or your insulation, it can cause mold, rot, expensive structural damage. Moss Roofing offers free inspections. Whether it's a small leak or a bigger roofing concern, the experts at Moss Roofing will assess the damage and provide reliable, cost-effective solutions. Over 35 years of experience, a family business right here in Central Indiana. Talk to them today. Moss Roofing, 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com.
Turning 65, new to Medicare, or just moved? If you qualify for Medicare and Medicaid, a Humana Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan, a DSNP, may give you the extra benefits you're looking for. A D-SNP helps cover things like prescriptions and checkups, but it also helps pay for essentials too. With a Humana D-SNP, you get $225 a month for eligible groceries, rent, utilities, and more. Plus, whatever you don't spend carries over to the next month. You may even get benefits like $0 copays on routine prescriptions, plus routine dental, vision, or hearing coverage. All of this could make a difference for your health and wallet. Learn more at GetHumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a coordinated care HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the Indiana Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal. Allowance amounts cannot be combined with other benefit allowances. Limitations and restrictions may apply.
Masters Heating and Cooling is ready to make sure you are cool and comfortable all summer long. They took great care of my system, and they can help you make sure that everything is ready to go to ensure a nice, comfortable summer and then a very comfortable winter. I've worked with their general manager, David, numerous times, and it has always been a pleasure. And right now, you can get $500 off a new AC system. And if you've worked with Masters before and you've spent more than $500 on AC repairs in the last year, you can apply that amount as a credit towards a new system as well. Masters Heating and Cooling makes it easy. They've got flexible financing options and 24/7 service, so no matter what your issue, Masters Heating and Cooling is right there to take care of you and your family. Give Masters Heating and Cooling a call. 317-567-9505. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-567-9505. Or request service online at mastersindy.com. mastersindy.com.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP 105,575, Nautilus MSRP 6195, Corsair MSRP 47,820. Offers good through May 31st, 2025. Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what up?
South side, northbound 65, stop and go traffic. Keystone Avenue up to the south split because of road maintenance blocking the left lane. Inbound 69, stop and go traffic from 116th Street to 82nd. Crash cleanup continues southbound US 31 in Carmel, 111th Street. That's on the shoulder. We are still slow right around 136th Street where that delay stretched. But after you cross 136th Street, give it about a quarter of a mile and you'll be gone and moving up to speed. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping at Code Radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
50 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
Nobody likes a cold shower. LD Smith has hot deals on water heaters. Save up to $300 on a new water heater install.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
This May, you can be a hero at the finish line. Say yes to organ donation and talk to your family about your decision. A message from Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives.
No more gain-of-function research. Good. Because gain-of-function research is insane. Certainly, if we're going to be paying for a Chinese lab to do it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. This is now the directive The United States will halt funding in certain countries for this gain-of-function experimentation. That's how you take something and how you make it more problematic. Basically what it is. How do you take a virus, how do you take of this, how do you take of that, and how do you make it more problematic? This was HHS Secretary Robert Kennedy in the Oval just yesterday.
Mr. President, a gain-of-function, this is an historic day, the end of gain-of-function research funding by the federal government and also controls by private corporations on gain-of-function studies. This was the kind of study that was engaged in by the United States military and intelligence agencies beginning in 1947. By 1969, the CIA said that they had reached nuclear equivalency, that they could kill the entire U.S. population for 29 cents a person.
Well, that's not frightening at all. That is not frightening in the slightest. And he continued by saying, what is great, we invented these ways of killing people, but what's the value in still doing this?
We have an launched bioweapons arms race all around the country, all around the world, so that China's engaged in it, developing all kinds of weapons using AI and CRISPR technologies that are really devastating. Russia is deeply engaged in it, Iran and many other countries. It's a kind of weapon that always has blowback. There's always bad news. And the justification for this kind of weaponry was, and these kind of research, was always that we have to do this, develop vaccines to counter a future pandemic. In all of the history of gain-of-function research, we can't point to a single good thing that's come from it.
You can't point to a single good thing that has come from gain-of-function research. Now, allow me, you can call it controversial, I'm cool with that. We cannot finance other labs in other nations to do this work. If the United States, based on just what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is saying, talking about bioweapons, what other nations are doing, if we want to continue the research to be able to handle whatever threats come our way, that's not where I have as much issue. To fund this with the Wuhan Virology Lab, which is exactly what Anthony Fauci did, that's criminal. Also insane. Not insane. President Trump deleting 11,000 IRS employees. 11,000 people. Either fired, you've tried to fire, move out of the way. A disproportionate share of those coming from the agency's ranks of auditors. This from an inspector general. Well, where should they come from? Well, you tell me where it should take place. Do we need all of those IRS agents? And why are IRS agents armed? You can have the IRS agents, but take the guns away from them. How about that? How about we set up a system where it's no longer you're guilty and you have to prove your innocence with the IRS, and the IRS isn't utilized as a cudgel against the American citizen? That would also be good. But I don't mind that we're getting rid of these people. One of the things that we see in the jobs report, and we see also in a level of the GDP, where the GDP was down 0.3. And we discussed this a little bit. Dr. Matt Will brought it up. E.J. Antoni from the Heritage Foundation brought it up on Tony Katz today. There's a big turn down in the spending and certainly the hiring, because there's a hiring freeze from government. I mean, there's a real move there where we're seeing less of that happen. These are good things. And therefore, the government's spending less, so therefore you can argue GDP is down. You can play, it all fits in. These are good things. When there is not government growth, we're better off. So a number is only a number until you look at what makes it up. What are the details of it? I'm not going to be bothered by 11% down in the IRS. Then there's this. Now, this is not the first time I've come across one of these stories. It might be the first time I'm discussing this story. And it has to do with pro-Hamas doctors and nurses all across the country and how they act. If Jewish doctors stand up for Israel, they get called into meetings. But you have, quote-unquote, pro-Palestinian doctors, pro-Hamas doctors, calling Jewish doctors all sorts of names, going after Jews in general. I had this surgery on my arm. And while I didn't ask any really political questions of anybody, right? There, you know, someone may know what I do, and so they know who I am. I looked around at everything. And you better believe that I looked to see, was anybody wearing a certain pin? Was anybody engaged in a certain conversation? A second of unease, I would have gotten up and left, would not have cared. Of course I'm aware. Absolutely aware of what's going on and how people are politically taking things out in other places. I don't think I'm the only person to do this. And if you think that that's anything other than self-preservation, I'm sorry, we're going to have to disagree. I am aware when I walk into a medical facility of everything. And so IU or Ascension or anybody else understands it. No, I don't trust that your HR department has got it under control. I am keeping an eye. I walk onto an airplane where a flight attendant is wearing a Palestinian pin. Bye. Gotta go. Not going to be around that. Not going to be a part of that. Not interested in your flair. Bring me a Diet Coke. Thank you so very much. Let's let the plane land. That's it. That's it. That's all there is. Very rarely do I have a drink on a plane. Very, very rare stuff. Diet Coke, maybe a Coke Zero. I don't know if I'm in the mood for the pretzels. I'll have them. But this is happening in medicine everywhere, where these pro-Hamas doctors, nurses, medical professionals, man, they don't feel any compunction whatsoever. They'll just say anything. And yet I know of Jewish doctors who are told, hey, you can't be. I can't be the only one who is absolutely aware when they walk into, whether it's a medical facility or something else, what's happening around them. Because it's just your life on the line. That's all. Matt Barris got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Inbound 69, stop-and-go traffic, 116th Street, 282nd for a 10-minute delay. We look at southbound Keystone Parkway, 111th Street. That crash is cleared. Traffic is cleared out as well. And looking at westbound 465, slow off 31 over to Ditch Road. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This may be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you're at the BMV. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
Ryan Hedrick will be with us to propose a 12-step plan to help politicians recover from screwing us.
Join us Tuesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
The Attorney General's office reunites Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. You should get yours at indianaunclaimed.gov. Just text Tony to 46220 to do it. Unclaimed property, so it's a financial asset with no activity by the owner for an extended period of time. It could be unclaimed wages or commissions, a savings or checking account, a stock dividend that you didn't know you were getting and they didn't know where to send it. So it ends up with the Attorney General in that state, right here in the state of Indiana. It's not houses, boats, cars. It's not the contents of storage facilities, and it's not a scam. It isn't free money. It is your money, and you can go claim it. It's fast, easy, and free. 1 in 7 Americans has unclaimed property. Over $800 million waiting to be claimed. Go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov and get yours. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Get your money. Text the word Tony or Tony Katz, my full name, to 46220 and begin your search. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Go get your cash.
Promises made, promises kept. Governor Mike Braun's bold leadership is already getting things done for Hoosiers. Governor Braun and State House Republicans are delivering massive property tax cuts. We're talking nearly $1.5 billion in relief. That's real money back in homeowners' pockets. But Braun didn't stop there. He cut local income tax capacity by nearly $2 billion and capped the local income tax rate to protect Hoosiers. And Braun led the fight to reform local government taxes, giving Hoosiers more say by requiring referendums be held in high-turnout elections. Thanks to Governor Braun and State House Republicans, your property taxes will be lower. Future increases are reined in, and the system is now more transparent. Visit HoosierHope.org and let Governor Braun and Republican legislators know you support historic property tax cuts. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dear driver, thank you. Thank you for slowing down when you saw the orange cones and road construction signs. My husband is one of those road workers. And today, you saved his life. If you hadn't slowed down, you would have missed that lane change, driven right into the work zone, and you would have killed him. Because you were driving differently. He'll be at our son's Little League game this weekend. He'll be there to walk our daughter down the aisle. He'll be out there tomorrow, making Indiana's roads safer. Thank you.
When driving in a construction zone, be smart, be alert, be in the zone.
This is Brian Short, business manager for the Indiana Laborers District Council. Everyone deserves a safe place to work. Do your part in the cone zone. Slow down, save lives. We're all in this together.
A message from Indiana's District Council of Laborers International Union of North America and affiliated locals.
This May, you've got a chance to see what an IndyCar driver's dream garage really looks like. WIBC's Tales from the Track, presented by Relay Indiana, takes you inside Graham Rahal Performance, a high-octane hangout where racing meets luxury. Hammer and Nigel sit down with Graham for great stories, laughs, and insights from someone who grew up on the hallowed grounds of the IMS. But this backstage pass to speed, style, and surprises is sold out. The only place to register to win tickets is WIBC.com. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What's happening at the White House today? Nothing on radar in the capital city where it's 50 degrees. Your high today, 73. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31.
We're meeting as heads of our government to discuss that partnership. Now, I'm not pretending those discussions will be easy or they won't proceed in a straight line. There'll be zigs and zags, ups and downs.
And that's Canada's new Prime Minister, Mark Carney, talking about his meeting with President Trump this morning.
I'm not sure what he wants to see me about, but I guess he wants to make a deal. Everybody does. They all want to make a deal because we have something that they all want.
And Trump talking about his reciprocal tariffs. With more on that meeting, here's Fox's Peter Ducey.
The number one point of contention today, U.S. automakers moving operations north. The new Prime Minister, Mark Carney's only been around for 6 weeks, so we will see what he has come up with in the last month and a half as a comeback when President Trump inevitably says today that he thinks he should be the governor of the 51st state of Canada.
And the Prime Minister of Canada says, as for Canada becoming the 51st state, there's no way that's happening. A man is facing charges on suspicion of crashing his car through the front gate of actress Jennifer Aniston's home in Bel Air on Monday. Here's what the police call sounded like.
He still has the suspect proned out in the driveway here.
Security still has the suspect proned out.
And Aniston was home at the time of the incident, which happened around Monday afternoon, about 3 o'clock. The LAPD says a private security guard pulled the man out of his car and detained him at gunpoint while the cops arrived. Several RV brands in northern Indiana have announced they will be laying people off. Here's Chris Davis.
They're all part of the same company, Thor, which is based in Sturgis, Michigan. The layoffs are expected June 20th, according to paperwork filed with the state. That includes 251 people at Cruiser RV in Howe, 147 people at Heartland RV in Elkhart and Middlebury, and DRV RV in Howe. Also expected to lay off 51 people. Workers were informed in a letter about the expected layoffs last month, with specifics finally coming Monday. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Lilly's investment in Boone County is growing. Here's Jarrett Lewis.
The Indianapolis-based pharmaceutical giant is breaking ground Tuesday on its $4.5 billion Lilly Medicine Foundry in Lebanon. The project will increase the company's investment in the LEAP Research and Innovation District to over $13 billion.
This site will enable those types of inventions that can allow us to make 2-3 times as much medicine from the same process with chemical innovation.
The foundry will include 400 highly skilled workers, engineers, and scientists, and could be finished by late 2027. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Sports on WIBC brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. The Indiana Pacers look to go up 2 games on the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. Head coach Rick Carlisle says they are focused on 2 things: controlling the tempo and getting the shots they want.
Once we get those opportunities, we step into them and we trust it. At the end of the game, the work that we've put in for the entire year and years leading up to this determines whether the ball goes in or not.
On Sunday, the Pacers hit 19 three-pointers. They had big shots in the fourth quarter to seal the deal. 121-112 victory. The game starts at 7 o'clock tonight. Listen to coverage over on our sister station 93.5 and 107.5 beginning at 6:30. Last night in the NBA playoffs, 2 road teams came out on top. The Denver Nuggets beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 121-119. The Knicks beat the Boston Celtics in overtime 108-105, and the Indiana Fever close out the preseason on Saturday against the Atlanta Dream. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
Inbound 69, stop and go traffic, 116th Street, 282nd Street. That is a 6-minute delay. South side, northbound 65 slow after Keystone Avenue into the south split. Left lane blocked because of road maintenance. Crash on the south side, stop 11 Road at Arlington Avenue. Inbound 65 looks pretty good. A little bit of a slowdown at 29th and again at the north split. And southbound Keystone Parkway, stop and go traffic from 116th Street down to 96. Crash clear on southbound 31 at 111th Street. Still slow on the exit 2465 back to 111th Street. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This May, you can be a hero at the finish line. Say yes to organ donation and talk to your family about your decision. A message from Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got ourselves 52 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
This May, be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you're at the BMV.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight. Want coffee? I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. What are you doing? Dow futures down 268. NASDAQ futures down 220. We all waiting on the Fed? Is that what's going on here? Wait, what is the Fed making a call on? The Fed's not moving rates. They're going to stay exactly where they are. That's tomorrow. So everyone's just staying cool, selling off a little just in case. Does anybody question whether rates are staying exactly where they are? Federal funds futures trading says there's a 2.7% chance of the Federal Reserve cutting rates. If they cut, people are going to go nutty. Doesn't even matter what the cut is. They'll just go nuts. Market will scream upward. It's not the right thing to do, but that's what will happen. West Texas crude, we're talking about oil prices here, up a bit, $58.73 a barrel. Brent crude, $61.82 a barrel. I had asked producer Carl to get some, where are we with gas prices? Actually asking everybody. Producer Carl came through, as he often does. Gas on average is $3.20 a gallon?
It went up yesterday. It's up to $3.27 now in Carmel.
Is it really?
Yeah.
$3.27 in Carmel. See, but that's the Carmel tax. And
I
for
would
the
say
record,
like $3.20, $3.15 probably in the city.
Okay. In case you didn't know, there's totally a Carmel tax. I mean, it's not on gas, but it's on everything else. It just is, and I don't want to discuss it. It's very upsetting. Oil prices are under 60 a barrel, and gas prices are staying where they are. And there's a question as to why, what's happening. And I think that for us, we should be asking a key question, which is, at what moment do we start discussing refineries, our lack thereof, the same refineries, nothing really new? I think we've had one new one in the past how many decades? And does this create our issue? I understand what Donald Trump wants, and I understand that there are people who are with him. And I get that. And I want to hear from the farmers, especially. Are you with the president on this? How much pain are you willing to take? I think it's time for another roundtable. Stay in touch and understand where you're at. The oil price, the gas price thing is a problem. If the gas prices were well under 3, Trump would be having really zero issues with this. And yes, I see you there in the chat there for the live stream. Egg prices are absolutely down. We're on the same page. We're on the same page regarding that there are a fair amount of things that have really stabilized and have gotten better, and there are things that are still high, and we're bothered by it. And then we have where tariffs are coming into play, and we'll start seeing pricing increases from those. I still argue that you're not going to see an interest rate cut. But if gas prices were well under $3, the psyche changes. I think that more than anything. You could lower rates for the federal funds rate and the Federal Reserve, and the market will go, woohoo! But that's not where Midwest Main Street is. That's not where really America is. You put gas at $2.48 a gallon, then you have people saying, okay, things are better. Really, $2 a gallon. That's where people go, life's great. Life's perfect. And people are like, I have expendable income again. I can go out to eat again and do all these other things. It's not the interest rates. I think gas prices would be more of an indicator, or more of a realistic conversation for Midwest Main Street. That hasn't happened yet. Meanwhile, the 10-year Treasury at 4.33%. No real moves are going to be made here. It's in the 4s. It had its chance to dip low. It did a little bit in the beginning of April, and then the tariffs came, and this is where it's at. I don't see that changing anytime soon. What is that that television theme song? Music Moments on Thursday, Tony. Let's pretend you actually done this show once or twice in your life. I will have that for you coming up in just a mere moment or two. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. You want to sell your house. I mean, it is the spring selling season. The activity is there, but some homes are sitting on the market. So hiring an expert who can maximize your equity and minimize your hassle, That's the key. The expert agent recommended Mark Dietel. Maybe with a growing family or working from home, you need more space. I understand working from home. Mark Dietel is the only real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Tim and Becky in Bargersville said, we were ready to downsize. We tried the big national instant offer route and got messed around with because the company canceled the sale a week before the closing. We called Mark Dietel to step in and help, and his team delivered big. We had multiple offers in 4 days, and we sold as is for the price we needed. Guys, call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, an agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Good guy. Grandfather, and I enjoyed my conversations with him. You are going to do so as well. Talk to Mark Dietel today. 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, Dietel, markdietel.com.
When it comes to managed network services and IT support, Applied Innovation is at the top of the list for these Applied Innovation customers. Sean Carnahan, Sales Manager for Adventure Homes.
They do all of our computers, so they take care of all of our issues, anything that comes up with our servers, any tech support, software we need, any equipment we need.
Eric Lane, Director of Information Technology for Raleigh Williams Paint Spot.
Applied Innovation has been very proactive, and they've laid out a plan for here is what we look like today, and here's what we want to look like in 18 months and then going forward. So it's the long-term vision that they have that other companies didn't.
Ashley Crane, IT Director for Belmont Beverage.
They're just a really great company that has a lot to offer to a small IT team like ourselves.
Applied Innovation, office technology made simple, backed by a partner you can trust. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedyinnovation.com.
Everyone's talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like business owner Brian.
Yeah, Galaxy was great. We have a business where a lot of the service techs are working out in the field, and they'll come in and they'll have even some mud or something on our shoes. So if we're having a meeting, I needed a flooring that could stand up to that, but still look good as an office setting.
Well, if you own a home or a business, Galaxy Concrete Coatings got you covered.
Galaxy was great to work around our schedule. They were able to come in on a Saturday, and the job was completed over the weekend, and we were back in business, so we didn't miss a step.
Lots of styles to choose from, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
It's very nice looking. It's very durable. Really makes the room stand out and shine.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com now. That's Galaxy Concrete Coatings. And remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We're out of this world.
Galaxy was quick to respond. They were quick to give us a solution and quick to get it completed as well. And they're going to take care of you.
If you're pressed for time, the WIBC Mashup Podcast is your shortcut to the smartest, sharpest, and strangest moments on air. It's the best content from Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, and Hammer and Nigel. Updated daily. Find the WIBC Mashup wherever you get your podcasts.
Traffic on the 5s, and Matthew Bear, what's going on?
What's happening, Tony? Looking at northbound 65 south side, stop-and-go traffic after Keystone Avenue up to the south split. Left lane blocked because of road maintenance. Inbound 65 slows from 29th to 21st. Northwest side, stop-and-go traffic on northbound 465. That's 86th Street up to 865. Crash clear in Carmel, southbound 31 at 111. Traffic is gone as well. Inbound 69 slow roll 106th Street to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This May, you can be a hero at the finish line. Say yes to organ donation and talk to your family about your decision. A message from Indiana Donor Network and driven to save lives. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
53 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:46. Time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is this TV theme song? May 9th, I will be at the grand opening of PA Jewelers in Brownsburg, right there on Green Street. It's going to be 10% off everything, including the Flederman Von Riest watches, where I'm a brand ambassador. And they are an authorized dealer. They'll have more than anybody else in the state of Indiana. And yeah, they're going to sell out because the 10% off is nuts. And also all their estate jewelry, their one-of-a-kind pieces, everything. That is 4 to 7 p.m. The food, the drinks, the good time. I hope to see you there. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse on Green Street in Brownsburg. This Friday from 4 to 7 p.m., their grand opening. The graduation gifts, maybe the engagement rings, guys. It's all right there. You should check it out. So producer Carl chooses a theme song, television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. I'm Tony Katz, by the way. And except for the fact that this is very 80s, and this is not Miami Vice, at first I actually thought it was the theme to Weird Science, but it's not. So you don't have to buzz me. So start from the beginning and turn it up one more time. I have no idea. Some people are guessing in the chat room, but first, I will phone a friend. Matt Bear,
Yep.
What is this television theme song?
This is a game show called The Running Man.
There is no game show called The Running Man.
No. It was Arnold Schwarzenegger was the host. I remember this.
No.
Who loves you and who do you love?
That's not.
You're supposed to yell Damon Killian. You know, that's the last one.
Your youth is getting very confused in your head.
I just saying it was a good show. I mean, it was not for the kids. Not for the kids, Tony.
Molly in the chat room says this is the theme to Riptide.
The hell is Riptide?
Not the theme to Riptide. Everybody knows that Molly in the chat room lies.
I love Molly. Molly rocks.
I'm going to make my guess. This is the theme to Cop Rock. Dang it!
Game of Thrones.
What is this a theme to?
Max Headroom.
Oh, wow. That was the Lawnmower Man.
Wow. That was like the biggest thing in the world for about 2 years.
That was the biggest mistake in the world for 2 years.
What's the matter with Max Headroom?
I didn't get it. I didn't understand the face of the thing he was doing. It was too.
Do you know the backstory to Max Headroom?
No, I was busy having a life with friends. But go ahead, tell me.
He was a disgruntled television engineer. This is the story. Disgruntled television engineer, I believe, of the PBS station in Chicago. And he hacked through their signal, and he dressed up as this Max Headroom and just started acting obnoxious.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to have it all posted on the website.
I actually believe that is the story of how Rob Kendall got on radio. See, there it is. There it is. I'm right. I didn't know that was it. So that was like for Gen X, one of the biggest things in the world. And then, Joe Isuzu. Do you remember those commercials?
Yeah.
Would I lie? Like that was the first time I can remember that a commercial made somebody a superstar. And he wasn't a superstar for long, but like for a while there, he was everywhere. Like, I don't know why Max Headroom and that are in the same headspace. But I would not have gotten that. That was well done.
What about You Got a Dell, dude?
What?
You know the commercial for Dell computers? You've got a Dell, dude. That made him famous, too.
I have no idea. I never heard that a day in my life.
It's the Dell dude. It was a big Dell campaign for the.
There was no Dell dude.
Yeah, it was Dell dude, man. I mean,
no.
I mean, it wasn't like, man, I want to hang out with Dell dude, but it made you want to buy a computer. It's crazy.
By the way, he's saying Dell dude.
Dell dude, yes.
The Dell dude. You got a Dell, dude.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The listeners totally know what I'm talking about.
No one knows what you're talking about. Wait, was that a real commercial?
Yeah, he did a lot of commercials, and then he got busted for, I think, drugs later.
Oh.
Well, I don't even know if that's a crime anymore. I don't recall that in the slightest. Not at all. That being a thing. But hey, I miss things from time to time. We play every day. Sponsorships now available. By the way, the national average on gas prices is $3.18. In Texas, there are allegedly areas that are down under $2. We are high. We've got taxes issues, certainly, as we brought up refineries. I just want to make sure we covered this as well as we can. That was the national average as of Friday. So we will keep our eye on this. I think oil prices will make the largest difference to what it is Trump is trying to achieve. Much more than interest rates will ever change anything. On Tony Katz today, an end to the 4-star generals. Well, it's not like we're getting rid of all the 4-star generals. We are indeed engaging in reductions. This is about changing an attitude in the military and changing bloat. And these are very, very good things. The whole pay to self-deport, a process I am down with, and putting an end to foreign money in our universities. Also, enough with TikTok. President Trump once again saying he'll extend the deadline if no deal is reached to get this company sold to an American company. He doesn't have the authority to do it. It never said that he did. What are we doing? Let TikTok go. Nobody's going to buy it like this. That seems obvious. Instead, we continue to allow it to feed our kids nonsense. We're out of our minds. We're out of our minds. I don't know what President Trump's doing, but put an end to this nonsense. You don't get to extend it. If you want to see it sold to an American company, great. If no one's going to buy it, stop thinking you can make fetch happen. Because it hasn't happened yet.
That is so fetch. Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Well, it might still happen. You don't know. You don't know. So there. So this will be part of the conversation we have on Tony Katz today at noon. You should tune in. We've got May 9th, the grand opening of PA Jewelers, one of our great sponsors. That will be from 4 to 7 p.m. I'll be there. May 13th at the Mecum auction. I'll be live doing the show there from noon to 3. And someone let Hammer and Nigel do a live show from Carb Day. We're all criminally insane. Don't forget to tune in Carb Day for the very last Hammer and Nigel show. Whoever decided that is out of their minds. That show is going to be nuts. So a lot going on. Matt Bear has got traffic.
Northbound 65 south side step and go after Keystone Avenue into the south split because of road maintenance blocking the left lane. At inbound 69 stop and go traffic from 106th Street to 82nd for a 3-minute delay. South side crash stop 11 Road at Arlington Avenue. And we have some debris reported on westbound 70 at Rural Street. So please watch out for the debris. And do not forget, you can start getting a ticket in that construction zone on the northeast side. It's clear path. And if you're caught going 11 miles per hour over the speed limit, you'll get a warning. And after that, you'll start getting tickets because the speed cameras will go click. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network this May. You can be a hero at the finish line. Say yes to organ donation and talk to your family about your decision. A message from Indiana Donor Network and driven to save lives. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, will you be filing for Social Security in the next 5 years? The amount of lifetime income you get from Social Security could vary by hundreds of thousands of dollars. And basically, it all boils down to not only your timing, but also coordinating taxes, spousal benefits, IRAs, 401k withdrawals, and much more. Hammer and Nigel here. You got to make sure you get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery.
We trust Bill Demery, and you can too. And if you've saved more than $200,000 and have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. This analysis could help you get hundreds of thousands of dollars in additional